on Facebook as well. So here we go. Let me just make sure that I put this quote up on my Twitter account. Let me get this Twitter going. Hold on just for a second. All right. So yeah, let's talk about it, man. There was an interview that went up with Suge Knight, right? Man, and you know what? And I heard this before. I have heard this before, but I just want to say this. I want to just say this real quick. Disclaimer. We have worked with Snoop before, and we know that Snoop is a very cool dude. He's a very humble and cool person. So in no ways is this me saying this. This is from what I have heard from other people and from what other people have said. So y'all tell me, man. I want to know what some of y'all are thinking in the comment section, man. I want to know. And by the way, can we get some of y'all to follow, like, subscribe, do all that stuff, man? Because some of these topics, I feel like are getting shadow banned sometimes, man. And sometimes I got to sit here and say to myself, are we working too hard on this, man? Because I was watching some of these videos that were going up, and I was just like, man, I cannot believe some of the BS that I'm hearing some of these YouTubers, TikTokers, well, they don't really talk about this on TikTok too much, but some of the BS that I'm hearing from so many other YouTubers out there and people out there talking about this issue. And what was really interesting was that, of course, everybody's talking about the Diddy, the Cassie lawsuit and all these other allegations that are coming out on Diddy and all these people that are getting all these lawsuits, right? But the one thing that really stuck out to me was that a lot of people skipped over the fact that Suge said that Snoop could be an informant. And you know how we know? You know how we know? Because when Snoop cut that murder case, which he definitely does not talk about, which is smart that he doesn't talk about it. It's actually very smart that you notice that he never talked about that case ever again once it happened. Okay? When he had got that charge, he got released on $1 million bail, which I will play some of the video that Suge was talking about. So yeah, but I want to say this. What happened when he was in that cell? You know what I mean? It almost goes back to the whole Gunna situation that people are saying, like with Young Thug. It's like, did he have to take some kind of a plea in order to get out? Did Snoop have to become an informant in order to get out? That's what I'm wondering. And like I said, man, we need to get this topic out here. So I would appreciate it if you guys could get the likes up, the subscribes up. Like I said, I feel like some of these systems are infiltrating and are not letting us put the truth out there. Okay. The internet has now become the new television station. The internet is now the new television, man. People can't even speak the truth online no more. Okay. It's gotten to the point now to where, look, man, we got Drink Champs, right? We got the Breakfast Club, right? We got Joe Budden, right? We got Jason Lee, right? And speaking of Jason Lee, I think he got my message, man, because he's over here interviewing Krishan. Let me just show y'all this real quick, man. Let me show y'all this real quick. Let me see if I can pull this up. He's over here. We did this post, right? Where he's like, look, I'm going to go and make sure y'all follow us on Twitter too as well. He did this post right here where he's saying, me and Krishan, like, okay, first of all, how many times have you interviewed Blueface and Krishan? And then on top of that, not only how many times have you interviewed Blueface and Krishan, how many times are you just going to talk about the same stupid, silly topics, yo? And I said to Jason Lee, I'm like, yo, man, why don't you talk about your boss, Diddy, dude? Nobody wants to hear you talk about Krishan for the millionth time, right? At least I don't. And like I said, please forgive me, TikTok, if you guys can't hear me clearly on the microphone, just let me know. Just because I am streaming live on YouTube as well as Facebook. So, we doing an experiment today, man. I'm broadcasting everywhere today. So let me just go to Jason Lee's Twitter account real quick, right? So he says right here, just nonsense, man. Like, there's nothing that's being talked about. And then that's what I'm saying, man. That's the same thing with the Drink Champs, man. They ain't saying nothing. They ain't saying nothing. None of these podcasters are saying nothing. We already know why they don't want to touch the subject, with the exception of a few, right? And all I keep hearing them speak about is this whole Diddy, Cassie thing. But if we look deeper into the picture, man, it's getting pretty dark, yo. It's getting pretty dark what was going on here. Let me just play this one clip real quick. Hopefully you guys can hear it. This is the part right here that stuck out to me. Like, everybody's talking about Diddy with his butt plugs and being a swinger and doing all these types of things with Cassie and having these freak off parties. Okay, yeah, that's cool. But what about the fact that Suge claims that Snoop already knew about the shooting that was about to go down in Vegas? I just want to reiterate on this part right here. Let me see if we can play this real quick.
And I did everything in my power to make sure he kept his freedom.
Murder was the case that they gave me. I'm innocent.
For almost 2 years, Snoop has been out on $1 million bail paid by Death Row Records.
And I knew that Pac did everything right by him by putting him on All Eyes on Me, speaking about him and being real with him. And if it's true what they say.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Face to face is going to be a lot of explaining to do.
So he's saying that basically he wants a call. I know some people on TikTok can't all hear this.
Because number one, Warren did a thing where he was on the talking, whatever shit they be doing out there, and he said that Snoop had a radio. He was at Snoop house when the shit happened.
I heard a horn, bing, 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 honking in front of my house. I looked out the house and Snoop was outside in a white motherfucking Rolls Royce. Then he had this the next tail back there. Remember the motherfucker? Yeah. He had the motherfucker could go that whatever it was hitting him all the way from what was going on from Vegas. And then he started getting calls and shit, and they was telling him that Tupac got shot and this.
Okay, right here. Let's pause it right here.
Snoop has been out on.
Yo, check this out, yo. So Snoop already knew, supposedly, what was going to be going down. Now, some of us have already heard the interview, and I might as well just reiterate it because I know some of y'all on TikTok and Facebook are not able to hear this. Okay? Only those of us that are streaming on YouTube can hear the video. But what I want to say is this, is that how is it that Snoop already had the chirp? He already knew what was going down in Vegas when he was in LA. He was in LA. He already knew what was going down in Vegas. And like I said, once again, this is a disclaimer. I'm not here to talk trash about Snoop. I'm here to just speak on what Suge was saying, because I will say this, man. This is not the first time that I have heard this. This is not the first time that I've heard mixed stories about Snoop going to Vegas to see Pac after the incident had happened. I've heard mixed stories on that. Some people said that he didn't come. Then some people said that he did come. I like the fact that Suge Knight had pointed out that it was a watered down movie that didn't even talk about what's really real. And by the way, all of y'all right now on TikTok, I need you guys to follow, like, subscribe. We're going to get this going, man. We got about 400 people on TikTok right now watching this, and about 5 or 6 people watching on YouTube. That's crazy numbers right here. Yo, crazy numbers, man. I'm like, what's going on here, man? What's going on here? But I do, hey, nothing wrong with YouTube. Love y'all, man. But it's like, yo, are these certain topics getting shadow banned or not getting pushed? This is why I need y'all to send a super chat. I need y'all to show some support here for this channel, because we doing this for real, man. And like I said, man, I've been going through YouTube, man. I've been just seeing a lot of these YouTubers, and I feel interesting that this just flew right over some people's heads, man. Right over some people's heads. So, like, yo, let's get the likes up. Thank y'all for a few of the likes. Let's get some more likes up so we can get this message out here, because we going to go in on this, man. Like I said, this isn't the first time. This isn't the first time that I've heard. Okay, and I'm gonna go through all your chats because I know TikTok is going crazy. Yes, Des. We talking about Suge Knight right now. We talking about the fact that there's a video that just came out. You know, Suge Knight got this new podcast. If you haven't known, because I know people on TikTok are not on YouTube. Okay, just let y'all know we streaming. I'm doing a multi-stream right now. I'm on like 3-4 different platforms right now. So excuse me if I'm looking this way, that way, or this way. Yes, there's a video, Des, where Suge Knight basically is saying that that Snoop was an informant. Now, at the time that he became an informant, we don't know. Now, y'all got to remember that when this case happened in Vegas, right? This was 96. So this was before social media. This was before cell phones. So this is the reason why Snoop had that Nextel chirp. And he said that you could hear all the way to Vegas what's going on. So in order for him to get, and yes, Suge is still locked up. So in order to get that information, he had to have somebody in Vegas at the Tyson fight. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thank you. Man, TikTok is going active right now, man. Y'all are active on TikTok right now. Thank you. Yes. Let me say this, man. You're right. We've always known possibly that Suge was an informant. Snoop. Snoop was an informant. Suge, there was like mixed stories about Suge too. But I think that hold on, I just want to make sure we getting the internet is okay. Give me a second, chat. I know, I agree. I don't think that it's anything new that Snoop was an informant. But my point is this, though. And I'm going to take y'all lives in a minute. I just want to get this thought off real quick, okay? Thank y'all for the likes, man. We got over 1,000 likes on TikTok right now. Can we get some more likes on YouTube? Can y'all step it up a little bit on YouTube? Let me know that the connection is okay, y'all. Give me a second, y'all. Okay, here we go. I think we're back on. Let's get the likes up on YouTube, yo. Let's get the likes up on YouTube. I got over 1,000 likes on TikTok right now. This is ridiculous. That I'm seeing the numbers ain't matching up here. This is what I'm trying to say. Y'all on YouTube, if you guys could please like, subscribe, send a super chat so we can get this message out here and we can continue to produce these videos. Because let me tell you something, man. I wanted to go live last night, but I stayed up and I just was like, I was watching this, right? And I said, some of the videos were on point. But a majority of these videos were talking about nothing. And a lot of them were just focusing on the Cassie Diddy situation. But the whole interesting thing of this is that this opened up a whole new other avenue. And before I get into conspiracy theories and all kinds of stuff like that, let me just go ahead and say this, man, before we get into conspiracy theories. If what Suge is saying is true, right? And I think even Pac said that after he went to New York and went on Hot 97, Snoop Dogg, when Snoop went to Hot 97 in New York, right? And he said that he's cool with Diddy. He's cool. Well, at that time it was Puffy, but he said he was cool with Puffy. He was cool with Bad Boy. And Pac said that this man had tried to kill him in New York. We're not talking about the time in Vegas. We're talking about in New York, yo. When he got shot 5 times at the studio. He did a whole article with Vibe magazine talking about he knew that Diddy and other members that were there had set him up. Biggie told him to come up to the studio. All right, it's in the movie, right? It's in the movie. The Tupac movie, whichever one you want to watch. All right, can we get some more roses on TikTok, yo? Can we get a few more roses? So anyways, he straight up said, now, if you go back and you read that interview, let me just pull this up right here for those of you on YouTube. The Tupac interview Vibe magazine. This was after he had got shot in the studio. Oh, and he did an interview too. He did an interview with Vibe as well. Y'all should go watch that if you guys get a chance to watch that. Yeah, this right here, man. This was the issue, which I have said before, and I remember reading this issue, man, and I wish I would have kept it. I'm going to go back and reread this. I believe that all of us should go back and revisit this story that's on Vibe website. You guys can go to Vibe website and read the story that Pac did after he got shot in the studio and then he recovered. And he said the interview where he says, if he gets killed, I want people to have the real story. Man, this is probably like one of the biggest interviews ever done in written form. Okay, so like right there, he's telling you what's up, right? And then Snoop goes and says that Puffy and Biggie and Bad Boy are his homies, right? So just imagine, like, you know, this just happened to you. You get shot up in the studio by the people you think tried to kill you. And then now you see one of the homies from your crew going and hanging out with them. Not to mention that Suge even said, hey, what was you doing on the Steve Harvey show? The heck was you doing on Steve Harvey? Let me tell you, man, this is getting creepier and creepier the more we look into it. I think that the whole Cassie situation with Diddy just opened up a whole new door. It just opened up a whole new other avenue of conspiracy theories, right? Let me read some of y'all comments real quick. Give me a second, y'all. YouTube, thank you. I appreciate y'all getting the likes up finally. Let's get the likes up a little bit more because we need to get this message out here. I'm going to go through the comments real quick in TikTok. All right, let's see what's going on. And maybe I will have some of y'all jump on because you know what? This needs to be a discussion. We need to get a discussion going on. Yo, we got about 300 people right now watching on TikTok. I hope y'all are following. Can we get a couple roses? Can y'all send some roses? I mean, I think they're only like 2 cents, right? Aren't they like 2 cents? Okay, Jamari, I'm going to go ahead and read your comments, even though you guys haven't sent no money yet. But I'm going to read your comments. Wait, give me a second. All right, we got a couple followers. Thank you for the follows. All right, not trying to be funny. Is it any way someone could send me $5 for food? Okay, yeah. Hey, somebody send Jamari $5. All right, let's see where the real comments are. Hold on. Yeah. I'm just going through the comments real quick. Give me a second, y'all. Yep. One of the homies said it's not new that Suge went to prison. Okay. Woo. Sorry, I'm getting hot up in here. Let me speak to you real quick. Just killing it 480. If you're still online, let me talk to you real quick. You said Suge went to prison over Dre's bodyguard when he ran him over. Yeah, in that parking lot in Compton. Yeah. That was the reason why he went to jail. And I hope you still on, man. But let me tell you real quick, man. I don't think, and I just had a conversation about this the other day. I don't think that that's the reason, the real reason why Suge Knight went to jail. I don't think that that's the real reason. I think the real reason why Suge Knight went to jail and why they tried to put him in prison and throw away the key is because he knew too much. He knew too much. Look, the man was working with the mafia to get money to fund death row, okay? He was working with the mafia. Not only was he working with black mafia and possibly Italian mafia as well, because, come on, man. You gonna tell me that Jimmy Iovine and all these people at Interscope, who, by the way, also got a charge, which is interesting because that's a powerful man. I mean, if you want to talk about the powers that be or secret societies, Jimmy Iovine is definitely one of them dudes. He's definitely one of them dudes. If you want to talk about the powers that be, the people that run everything. I mean, we're talking about billions on top of billions. We're talking about the man who took Dre and built Aftermath. We're talking about the man who also discovered Eminem. You know, I don't think that Dre, from what I read, I don't think that Dre discovered Eminem. I think that Jimmy Iovine was the one who actually discovered Eminem and then took Eminem to Dre and said, yo, you need to work with him. So Jimmy Iovine is definitely that dude. Not only does he do hip hop, but he also does rock too. So, you know, you're going to tell me that you're working with these people. Suge was also working with Jimmy. Okay. And he's getting money funded through drugs, through money laundering, through all kinds of things. This goes back into the 90s, yo. Then we fast forward. Okay. We fast forward over to currently. He knew too much, man. He knew too much. Not to mention that Suge was also in the car when Pac got shot. Suge was driving and he got shot to himself. Man, he knew way too much. They just used it as an excuse to throw away the key on him, which was pretty graphic of him rolling that person over. But you know what? Suge even said so himself. And you know, a lot of us didn't think that Suge was going to get locked up like that. A lot of us didn't think that was going to happen. But Suge even said so himself, that he does not believe that Diddy will get locked up. Why? Let's look it up. You know why? Because Diddy is too powerful. He's too rich and he makes too much money. And it's not that he makes too much money for himself. It's that he makes too much money for the businesses, or there's never such thing as making too much money. But he makes the money, right, for the businesses. He makes money for the businesses, and they're not going to throw him in jail, man. They're not. And plus, this stuff happened so long ago, right? All right. Thank you guys for the likes. I really appreciate it, man. We got like 3,000 likes up here on TikTok. All right, so let's see. Ooh, sorry, man. I'm working up a sweat here. I'm hot up here. Let's see. So many people around Diddy. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It can't be a coincidence. You're right. You're right. You know, there's a part that Suge said in the interview that I really liked. And shout out to JB for your comment. I really appreciate it. I'm reading all your comments on TikToks, by the way. So, you know, do me a favor, yo. Like, subscribe. Oh, and thank you for the roses, yo. I didn't even see y'all sending roses. I guess maybe I got to do more topics. But thank you, Canary Blue. I appreciate you at least trying. Thank you. Thank you guys for the roses. Let me shout you guys out. Yeah. It can't be a coincidence that so many people that are around Diddy have fallen. It can't be a coincidence. But I will say now, I mean, I think that Diddy is connected with the police, the government officials, the city of New York, the mayor of New York, obviously. He's obviously a very high-powered, connected person. That's the reason why he's able to just pay something off real quick and make it disappear. Now we got all these other allegations that are coming out because of this New York rule that they have where you can file all these complaints before, I think it was Thanksgiving is when the time was up. But now, they said that they're going to extend it. So you can get ready to see more lawsuits possibly coming out. Not just with Diddy, but probably with all powerful people that are within the entertainment industry. But here's another subject that I want to ask y'all. I was thinking about this yesterday. Do y'all remember Tommy Mottola? Okay, because I used to work at Sony. A lot of y'all forgot this. Do y'all remember that Tommy Mottola, who was the head chairman of Sony, you know, basically the guy that just ran the whole music industry, Michael Jackson and all that? He was married to Mariah Carey. With control. Look at this age difference right here, man. I wish y'all could see this on TikTok. Actually, matter of fact, let me see if I can show this to you. I don't know if y'all will be able to see this. I wish I could switch the pictures on TikTok, but I guess I can't. But let me tell y'all something. Go look up right now, man. Go look up Tommy Mottola and Mariah Carey. Y'all see this age difference? So my point is this, is what Diddy is doing is not new in this business. Now, you're going to tell me that Tommy Mottola, who I believe is an Italian, this is how Mariah Carey got on. And then now that after she got rich and famous, now she says her relationship with controlling ex-husband. Look. Let me tell y'all something. Those of you on YouTube watching that can see this. Actually, I'm going to show you this real quick on TikTok because y'all need to see this. Can y'all see this? I don't know if y'all can see that, man. I don't know if y'all can see that, but do me a favor, y'all. Y'all go and look up Mariah Carey and Tommy Mottola and tell me if that's any different than what is going on with Diddy and Cassie or all the other Young Miamis and You know, it's ridiculous, man, that people act like Diddy is the only one that was doing this, man. Like, oh my God, she was only 19 and he was 37, almost 40. What was he doing with her? What are you talking about, man? This crap happens in the record industry all the time, yo. Next question is J-Lo gonna come out and say anything about all this? What was going on with J-Lo, man? Do y'all think that J-Lo was at the freak-offs? Do y'all think that J-Lo was at the freak-offs? I'm wondering. Look, she's rocking Sean John too right there in that picture too as well. Interesting. All right, let me go to some more of these comments. Thank you though. I appreciate the roses. Yeah. Axl, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing the live, Axl. I appreciate it. Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Roy273 for the roses. I appreciate you. Thank you, Roy, for the rose. I really appreciate you. Snoop was scared of Suge. You know, it's so funny, Justin, or Just Killing It. I actually heard stories back in the 90s too. This isn't like recent. I heard these stories a while back that Suge would be slapping Snoop up in the studio. Okay. It's not. What's not? I don't understand what you're talking about. Oh, you okay. Maybe. Don't filter the comments. I want to see what people are saying, TikTok. I'm not afraid of what people have to say here. I'm not afraid of it. Okay. Let's go back to this, man. Snoop, how did you know that Pac got shot? You know what's also interesting is that there was also a part where Suge was saying that Snoop told Daz not to go to Vegas that night. Like he knew that something was going to happen. Wondering if that's true. Wondering if that's really true. I mean, could this be true? Could something have happened where Snoop got that murder case, right? Let's pull that up real quick, y'all. Let's pull up Snoop Dogg in court. $1993. This is like the famous image right here, man, where he got acquitted of all charges. He had some big time lawyers on his case too, man. Suge says that he paid $1 million to get him out on bail, right? Paid $1 million to keep him free. Now, if Snoop would have went down for that murder case, it would have been over. Now, let me ask you all this. This is where we're going to get, this is where it's going to get a little freaky, okay? Or a little scary, should I say, is that some people have said to me, and I don't know if this is true. I'm not saying that I'm saying it's true. I'm just saying from what I've heard. Word on the street is that Snoop killed that man and his bodyguard took the rap. Now, I'm not saying that that's true. I'm just saying what I heard on the street. Okay? They made sure to take care, hopefully, maybe, of that man. But supposedly, he shot that dude, that man, and then he got away with it. He got away with murder. Now, Suge did whatever he could to keep him out of jail because obviously Snoop got talent. Nothing wrong with that. Hold on for a second, y'all. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Hold on. It's because they're coming in on TikTok. All right. Let's just see here. What did you say here? Okay. Can you explain that a little bit more, Justin? Just killing it. Yachty got killed and the only witnesses to Tupac getting killed. Possibly. I mean, I'm not sure. But what I do know, and yo, y'all send some super chats in on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get these likes up. Let's get these chats going. Let's get a little bit more activity going on up in here, man. Like I said, because these types of topics, I'm like wondering, Are they shadow banning these topics on YouTube? Because I seen some other people that were talking about this stuff, and like I said, man, they just weren't saying anything. They weren't saying nothing on this topic. I mean, unless y'all want to go back to watching Joe Budden and Drink Champs talk about the same old shit. I mean, come on, man. I used to love the Joe Budden podcast. We all know that it was better when Rory and Mal were there. I mean, come on. Now you got Rory and Mal doing their cringe podcast, even though they did talk about it a little bit more, which was good. But Joe Budden just staying off of that topic. And I think that if Rory and Mal were part of the show, I don't believe that they would let him off that topic as much. And then we got Drink Champs. Well, we already know Drink Champs is on Revolt TV. So that's Diddy's company. So they ain't about to talk about nothing on there. So that's what I'm saying, man. In order for us to get this message out here, your help is definitely appreciated and definitely needed, because the big YouTubers say this. They have like nearly 1 million subscribers or somewhere over that. And they're talking about, when they talk about real subjects, it doesn't have to just be about hip hop. It could be about politics. It could be about other things that we already know. It's a bunch of craziness going on in the world right now, like always. They're saying that we need to get the likes and the subscribers up so we can continue to share these videos. Okay? Because we don't know. We don't know what they're doing, if they're controlling what videos go out there and what messages go out there and what we can hear. Oh, yeah. One of the outlaws. Yeah. Thank you. I heard about that too. There was a couple. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. There was a couple of outlaw members I think got killed mysteriously. There was one that got shot, right? Yeah, there was one that got killed. And he was a witness or something like that. Yeah, you're right. I do remember. He was like one of the ones that grew up with Pac, right? Like they knew each other since they were kids. Let me make sure my connection is still good for YouTube, because like I said, man, we streaming everywhere right now. Yo, I want to talk about this though real quick. Is that how in the world did Snoop know that Pac had got shot? It was announced. And like I said, y'all, this was before the internet. This was before cell phones. Or, well, let's just say it was before the internet was given to the public. Okay? How did he know that? How did he know that? And if this is true, what Suge is saying, and like a lot of people have said, from what Suge sounds like, it don't sound like he's lying. It don't sound like he's lying. It sounds like he is telling the truth. And it sounds like, I mean, let me tell you this, man. Not to brag, I've actually met Suge before. And he was actually cool with me when I met him. He was actually really cool. Like, you see how he's got his arm around Snoop right here? He was drunk, just like how he looks in this picture. And we was at this club. I was over there pushing my music, and I ran into Suge, and I gave him my CD. And I was like, yo, man, you need to check this out. He's like, oh, is it good? Is it good? And he put his arm around me. And I'll be honest with you, when Suge put his arm around me like that, I was like, oh, hold up, man. Because this was after Pac and all that stuff had already happened. So it was like, yo, we already knew Suge was like a notorious person. And he's a big ass dude too. But he was cool with me. But I got to tell you though, like his presence definitely made me feel like this is a real dude, man. Like he seems like he's straight up. Like he didn't seem like he cares about the record industry. He wasn't out there with bodyguards. He didn't have like a whole big entourage with him. He just had him and a few of his homies with him. They were just chilling, and I was just like, okay, this dude seemed like he's serious. Like he don't care about all that hype. So I really do believe the things that he is saying. I believe it, man. And like I said, I'm not trying to throw no shade on Snoop, because Snoop has shouted us out. Snoop has been cool with us. But it is like, yo, man, if this is true, then it's like, yo, man, and then you inducted Pac into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's the other part. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say, y'all. That's the part where this gets scary. Rock and roll. Let me just look this up real quick, because like I said, for those of you on TikTok, I'm also streaming on YouTube real quick too. Fame Tupac. Now, didn't Snoop induct Tupac into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Yeah, he did. So this is the part that gets really scary to me. Okay, that makes me think of the powers that be, the secret societies, and that all of this could be done because of money and power, fame and fortune. If it's really true, right? Let me pull this up real quick. Let me make sure I put it on this screen. Yeah, here you go. Y'all see that? If this is real, you know, if what Suge was saying about Snoop is real, and then he goes and he presents an award to Tupac at the Hall of Fame, but supposedly you set this man up, or you knew what was going to go down in Vegas that night. Damn, man. Damn. That's got to be crazy, man. Money and power and fame. Now, my question is this, though, to Suge, because Suge was even saying why. And thank you again for the roses and the likes. We got over 3,000 likes on TikTok, and we got some people that are jumping in, jumping off. But I would appreciate it if some of y'all follow. I would appreciate some of y'all like and subscribe, because, you know, again, disclaimer, we're gonna keep coming with this stuff, man. So I hope some of y'all are following. I hope y'all are sending roses. Thank you for those of you that are sending the roses. YouTube, let's step it up a little bit, man. Can we get some chats going on YouTube? I mean, the TikTok is going crazy right now, yo. Like, what is up with YouTube, man? What's up, man? Like I said, we need to get these topics out here. Okay? Let me check something real quick. All right. Yeah. I agree, homie. I agree with you. Snoop is an interesting individual, man, cuz like let me go to this part too, y'all. Now that we got some more people on the TikTok streaming and we got some more people on the YouTube, I think now we getting in on this. Let me get into this. Y'all remember when Snoop Dogg just came out and said about the smoke? He said, "I'm quitting the smoke." Y'all remember that? When everybody thought that Snoop was going to stop smoking? And then after Snoop has said, "Yo, I quit smoking," then he said, "Oh, I got y'all. It was really just to promote his whatever it was, just to make some more money." But I want to talk about this part. When Snoop had said that he had stopped smoking weed, right? There were so many people out there that were motivated. Sound the alarm. There were so many people that were motivated when Snoop said that he was going to stop smoking marijuana. So many people were like, "Yeah, you know what? Maybe I should stop too." So many people were doing that. I heard so many people doing that, man. And then we saw the tweet with Memphis, or not Memphis Bleak, but what was his name? Meek Mill. We saw the tweet with Meek Mill where he said that he thinks that he should stop smoking. And then all of a sudden, Snoop comes out and says, "Nah, I was just joking," even though, come on, man. Do we all think that Snoop was really going to stop? And you know what's so funny is I remember I was talking to some of my friends about this, and they were saying, he should stop. He looks horrible. I mean, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm just saying what I heard. Okay, this is what I heard. But what I'm thinking is this, though. When Snoop said that he was going to quit smoking weed, I really felt that put out a good message, man. I felt that was a great message that he put out there that needed to be out there, man. And I think that if he really was genuine about it, I think that so many people would have stopped. Because let's be honest, y'all. Let's be honest, man. Weed is overrated now. Can I get an amen on that? Weed is overrated now. You got so many people smoking weed now just because. Like, You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, wait, I thought like you're supposed to smoke weed and like do something, but you got people that just sitting around just getting high all day doing nothing. Come on, man. And I think, I mean, let's be honest, like everybody does smoke it, but I think it does for some reason. Correct me if I'm wrong, but for some reason, I just have a feeling that it affects the black community a little bit more than other communities. You think I'm right about that or not? Am I right about that or not, man? Like, I almost feel that black people, we need to stop smoking so much weed. We need to stop smoking so much weed. And I felt that when Snoop had went out there and said, hey, you know what? He ain't gonna smoke no more. I said, yo, man, that's a good thing. That motivated me. That motivated me to start rethinking some things. And you see how Snoop has that power. Let me show y'all something. I think I took a screenshot of it. Did y'all know, which is really crazy, is that at the time that Snoop had said that he had stopped smoking weed, that there was a manifesto. I don't even know if I could say his name, but you know Osama, right? There was a manifesto or something like that he had put up on Google. And let me see if I can put this picture up real quick. Well, anyways, I'll come back to that later. But there was a manifesto with Osama. You know what I'm saying? You know who I'm talking about, right? And Snoop Dogg was trending more on the internet than a manifesto of what happened on 9/11. Can y'all believe that? Like, more people actually cared at this time. I'm not going to say all the other time because, you know, what happened then was tragic and I'm not trying to say nothing. I'm not trying to say what people were saying on TikTok and all that stuff. So please do not take my words out of context. I'm just letting you know a fact. And I have the screenshot to prove it. That at the time on Google, what people were searching Snoop Dogg stop smoking or quit smoking while a manifesto from Osama had came out about 9/11. That to me just told me that's where the consciousness of America is at. Now, there's two things that come to mind. One, who cares? That's kind of dumb. But two, it shows me that, wow, man, Snoop has a lot of influence. He has a lot of influence. And I really do believe that if he came out there and said, hey, you know what? I'm not smoking weed no more. I just don't even get it, man. I don't even get this post. Like when I look at it, when he's like, I've decided to give up smoke. Please respect my privacy at this time. I wonder, I'm almost wondering, y'all, was he really telling the truth? And then maybe the powers that be, the agenda, the ones that quote unquote push the agenda, say, hey, yo, man, nah, dude. You can't say that. Don't say that. We need people to be getting high. We still need them to get high. So Snoop, please continue to smoke weed, because if you stop smoking weed, a lot of people are going to stop smoking weed. The dispensaries are not going to be making as much money and the economy will suffer. So Snoop, we actually wanna sound the alarm. You want to talk about conspiracy theories? You want to talk about conspiracy theories? I think that was a conspiracy, man. I think that it could be a conspiracy. I think that it could be a conspiracy to keep people brainwashed. Yeah, that's right, man. I said it. I think it can be, or it could be, a conspiracy to keep people brainwashed, because we all know, man, that we can slow you down, yo. You ain't supposed to be doing this every single day, yo. Let me go through some more of the comments real quick. Let's go through some of these comments. All right. Thank you, though. Just killing it. I hope you following us, man. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you. Let's see. Lil Duck, what you saying? Let's face it. Back in the 90s, it was Pac and Biggie. Snoop wasn't capping. Can you explain a little bit more of what you mean? Are you talking about Suge or are you talking about Snoop? Oh, thank you. Just killing it. I appreciate your support, fam. Thank you. Let's see. how this works, man. I'm trying to see if there's a way to get somebody to jump on this call with me. I'm still trying to figure this thing out real quick. What do I do? Do I invite y'all or what? All right, 12. All right, here we go. Thank you, Axl Ryan. I appreciate you. Thank you, Canary Blue, if I said your name right. I appreciate you. Thank you all for the hearts. Man, we got like 3,000 likes up here, over 3,000, almost 4,000 likes on TikTok. This is crazy. Yeah, like I said, YouTube. And thank you for the likes on YouTube. I appreciate it. Let's get this going up a little bit more. Please send a super chat. Please subscribe to the channel. I believe that YouTube and TikTok, for the most part, does not want me to talk about these topics sometimes. Because it seems like if I talk about dumb shit, it seems like it goes viral, right? I could talk about Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker having a baby, and that video gets like 10,000, 20,000 hits in a matter of minutes. But then if I talk about Snoop Dogg possibly, or Suge Knight, or Tupac, or something like that, all of a sudden the video like gets barely any hits. So I'm thinking like there could be a possibility that the powers that be don't want this message out there. There could be. Because it just seems weird to me, yo. It seems strange to me that if we talk about Krishan Rock and Blueface, whew, I feel like I'm out here like giving a sermon. I'm at church right now. I'm about to do it, man. Yo, we out here talking about Krishan Rock, right? And Blueface. Okay, that's going viral. But when we talk about Pac and Big and what happened there and Diddy and all that stuff, it's like whoa. Okay, unless we're pushing the agenda, unless we're pushing the agenda that Diddy is a creep and that he is a bad person and what he did to Cassie was terrible. Unless you're pushing that agenda, it seems like you are getting shadow banned. Let me say this too. So I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the shares. I appreciate the subscribers. Because that's what we need, man. That's what's going to help push this video out there. Let me say this, man. On top of that. Here, let's go. Well, I'm gonna come back to these comments real quick. Let's see. Thank you, Sim. I definitely appreciate your comment. People's minds have been taken over by social media shit. You're damn right. You're damn right, man. Social media has now been used to infiltrate the minds, I believe. And that's why we got to do live streams like this on TikTok, man. Because let me say this, man. I don't know what's in your TikTok feed. As a matter of fact, can y'all tell me what's in your TikTok feed, man? Because when I go on TikTok, all I'm seeing is a bunch of dancing videos. That's all I'm seeing. I ain't seeing really nobody talk about this on my feed. And I should, because I feel like I follow most people that do journalism too, for the most part on TikTok. But for the most part, I never see their feeds unless I'm searching for it. But when I'm just strolling through the feed or scrolling through the feed, all I see is a bunch of dancing videos. So it makes me wonder, yo, are they really trying to keep people dumb? Yes, they are, obviously. Yes, they are. This also goes to current hip hop, man. I've said it before 9 times out of 10. With the exception of Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, current mainstream rap is trash. Lil Durk, whack. Lil Baby, whack. Da Baby, whack. Gunna, whack. Jack Harlow, did y'all see that performance? Yo, one person said I was a hater. Yo, you know what he said? He said these dudes acting like broads, PMSing. You're going to tell me that those were bars? Man, the current mainstream is whack. The last, I think, good run of mainstream hip hop was Eminem and 50 Cent. That was it. After 50, that was it, man. Like, mainstream rap just went downhill after that, man. Downhill after that, in my personal opinion. And you know why? I can prove it to you. For those of you that say I'm a hater, look at the record sales. Look at the record sales if you think I'm bullshitting. Look at what people are listening to right now. Look at the concert ticket sales. Look at the tickets. I mean, yeah, there's people that are still going to concerts, but you gonna tell me, was it like back in these days? No. That is the reason why we still to this day are talking about rappers from 30 years ago. You know why? Because we know that that's when rap music was real. It wasn't about the mainstream. And you know, let me drop another jewel on y'all real quick for those of you that are on TikTok right now. And I'm gonna jump to your messages in a minute because I see you guys are going crazy over here. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything here on YouTube. Let me say this. Okay? I'm just Jesus Christ, are y'all serious? How did these chats just come in now? I didn't even see none of these chats, man. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Sorry, give me a second. I need to fix something real quick. I just had a million chats just come in on YouTube that I didn't even see. And we're going to get to this. This is Cassie and Charlemagne like 10 years ago. But give me 1 second here, y'all. Give me 1 second. I just got to check something real quick. But yeah, tell me what's up, man. You know, y'all tell me what y'all thinking. Hold on. I'm going to read these comments. I'm going to go through y'all comments. Now, I'm going to start getting to a point because I know we just starting to do these live streams now. So it's fine. I'm going to just get to a point where I'm going to read your comments. But eventually, as we continue to do these live streams, I mean, I'm going to start putting in the work, man. I'm thinking about going live every single day. I just got an agency that reached out to me. I'm thinking about going live every single day, yo. But I'm going to tell you right now. Hold on. I just want to make sure we are all good. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, good. We're good. We're back. All right. And I'm gonna play that interview of Cassie and Charlemagne in a minute. Sorry for you on TikTok. You guys might not be able to hear it, but we're gonna keep going for like another. Let's see. Yeah, we'll keep going for like another hour or so. Who knows? If y'all are enjoying this, because I feel like we're just getting started here. Let's see what you're gonna say. I'm gonna read your chats, but I would appreciate it if some of y'all could do a super chat, because we need the donations and we need the support. Because like I said, I believe that there could be a conspiracy at play, and I think that YouTube and TikTok could possibly be shadow banning some of these videos. So with y'all out here liking, subscribing, sharing, I definitely appreciate y'all. All right, let's go. Let's get into it. Ahmad Muhammad. You wouldn't put it past him. He's a snake. Thank you. Asadi, greetings from Romania. I appreciate you. Greetings. Thank you. Thank you. Snoop Dizzle Televizzle. Yeah, I bet it's true too. Sim, let me read you out. Yeah, he did, because I watched it when he was talking about Suge riding the boat real fast and he was shook. Are you talking about T-Pain? Wait, let me read that one again. I'm reading the comments on YouTube right now, TikTok. And then I got comments coming in on, wow. All right, hold on. Wait. It's starting to get a little overwhelming here. We got comments on TikTok, comments on YouTube. Facebook is just trash. Like nothing's going on Facebook right now. But we stream it on Facebook too for the hell of it. Whatever. All right. Thank you, Sim. Is this the same Sim? Because I see a Sim on TikTok and a Sim on YouTube. But yeah, he did, because I watched it when he was walking about Suge. Okay. Yeah. I like that. People don't have minds of their own anymore. It's just follow the leader now. You're so correct about that. You are so correct about that. Thank you, Sim, for your comments. I appreciate you. I hope that you're following, liking, and subscribing, because you seem like an intelligent, can't really see from here, but you seem very intelligent, and I like intelligent people that follow us. Oh yeah. Let's not even get into Nipsey yet. Oh, and speaking of Nipsey, do y'all see that I'm rocking the Crenshaw today? I'm rocking the Crenshaw. So speaking of Nipsey, what a coincidence that I decided to rock the Crenshaw today. Yeah, man. Let's not even get into Nipsey yet. That was like a whole weird conspiracy, weird thing. And like I've said before, you know what the strangest thing about the Nipsey Hussle thing is is that he was supposed to meet with the mayor the following day after the incident had happened. And they were supposed to talk about gang violence in the city of Los Angeles and what they could do to reduce the gang violence from the Bloods and the Crips. But yeah, shout out Nipsey, man. And you know, and I'm gonna tell y'all this. Y'all might not believe this, but Nipsey was actually gonna be. We were working on getting Nipsey to be one of the funders for beatGrade, just to let y'all know. So that really hit us hard. It hit that after that had happened, because yeah, some of us were in LA at the time. After that incident had happened, some of us that were working together, they left. They left LA. They was like, out of here. Screw LA. I ain't staying here no more. You know, they really said F LA, but I don't really want to curse too much on this video because I want to hopefully keep it monetized. That's another thing, man. It's hard to monetize these videos now, man. YouTube ain't the way it used to be, yo. It's not the way it used to be, man. If we're talking about some real stuff, it's hard to monetize. Let's see if we can get a few more roses up in this TikTok. I appreciate some of y'all that did that. Excuse me. And I appreciate some of y'all that are following. Good. We got a few more followers. Thank you for the follows. I thought your name said Lil Durk at first, but Lil Duck. All right. Snoop was all right, but he wasn't outselling Pac and Biggie. Remember, Dre put him on. Okay. Tupac was a movement. Some people, yeah, you got right. Yep. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yep. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are agreeing with me. Hey, like I said, man, I sit back and I do my research on this. Yes, after 50, come on, man. After 50, mainstream rap is trash now, yo. Let's keep it a buck. Mainstream rap is trash. And people are going to say, oh, you're just a hater, or it's because you old, or because you're from a different generation. Let me tell y'all something, man. Back in the days, we had rappers like Tribe Called Quest, Brand Nubian, Poor Righteous Teachers. Should we even get into Wu-Tang? I mean, those of us still know who Wu-Tang is, thankfully, because they had a TV show. I mean, rappers actually had a message in their rhymes. Right now, no rapper has a message in his rhyme. And then you go on Twitter, right? Let's go to Twitter real quick. What do we see going on Twitter, man? We see nothing but people fighting, especially in the black communities. We see nothing but people fighting, and we see nothing but people getting shot. And actually, some videos even showing people getting murdered, right, on social media. And it's like, wait, do we even watch movies anymore? That's what I'm wondering. Or is everybody just going on social media and just blowing some shit up? Everybody's just going on social media, just blowing shit up. You know what I'm saying? And people are watching that now. Now I feel like that's the source of entertainment. The source of entertainment now is to go on social media and see some crazy, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, yo, man, how much further do we need to push this agenda? How much further? Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. You're right. After 50, mainstream rap, boom. It declined. Thank y'all for the likes on YouTube. I appreciate you. Let's get it up. I hope some of y'all are following. I hope some of y'all are subscribing. Shout out to Luli from Brazil. I love Brazil. That's my favorite country. One of my favorite countries. And I think that I will plan to buy some property in Rio one day. Obrigado. Yeah, very true, Sim. It's crazy, but I'm not surprised at all. Thank you, Earl Lawrence. I appreciate you. What up, bro? What up? I appreciate you. Now, if you guys can send a few more likes in the comment section, if you could please like and subscribe. Yo, I should have some merch. You can check out our store. We got hoodies. We got t-shirts. Yo, man, if y'all could support, especially that you got Christmas coming up, come on, man. Get yourself a beatGrade shirt. Get yourself a beatGrade hoodie. You know? Support us, man. Support the channel. Let's go through some more of these comments. Okay, here we go. Sim, I like what you're saying. I hope you following Sim because I like what you got to say. It's because another agenda is being cooked up. Okay, they want to keep the young youth distracted. You know, I was thinking that too. No, when Tupac got inducted, yeah, that was weird. If everything that Suge is saying is true, and the fact that Snoop inducted Pac into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I was gonna say Hip Hop Hall of Fame. You know, I was gonna say Hip Hop Hall of Fame, but I decided to say Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is what it was. I thought that's a little strange because even the movie had portrayed that Pac didn't like Snoop after he went on Hot 97 and shouted out Bad Boy. So it's like, I was already thinking that was strange. I was like, wait, why is Snoop doing the announcement of Tupac into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Oh no, I could tell Sim that you're a woman. I couldn't really see the pictures, but yes, I could tell that you're a beautiful, intelligent woman, and I hope you're following us. What I was gonna say is that I already thought that when Snoop had said, I'm gonna induct Pac into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I thought, wait a second, Pac didn't really like you. For those that knew Pac, a lot of people knew that Pac didn't really like Snoop. So what the heck was Snoop doing inducting Pac into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Hold on. Okay. Okay, thank you. That's good. You're on both. Okay, my bad. Okay. Am I talking about after 2005? Sim, if you could please elaborate on what you mean by that. What about after 2005? I don't think that you know, like let me just I'm gonna pin your comment because that's a great comment. I'm gonna pin that. That's a great comment that people need to see. You know, and I want to speak on this too real quick. You just made a great point, Sim. Thank you. Am I saying your name right? Sim? Oh, who would I have suggested to induct Tupac? I would have probably said off the top of my head, I would say Dr. Dre. Yeah, maybe Eminem. Eminem is a good one. Keep it coming. I agree with you on that. Thank you, Simone. I appreciate you. I hope you're following us. YouTube, TikTok. I would say follow us on YouTube because I'll be honest with you, I take YouTube a little bit more seriously than TikTok. So if you could please subscribe to us on YouTube because we're going to be dropping more content like this. TikTok is cool. I'm just using TikTok as like another avenue. I mean, as you see, we already had like over 3,000 likes on TikTok. So I just use TikTok as another avenue, but I take YouTube more seriously. So if you do choose to follow, subscribe, I mean, you could do it on all of our platforms. We everywhere, Twitter, Facebook. We got kicked off of Instagram, so I don't really mess with Instagram no more. But TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, on everything. But out of all the platforms, social media platforms, I take YouTube the most serious, just to let you know. Okay. Oh, yeah. Thank you. You're talking about hip hop changing for the worse. Great question, Sim. When was the downfall of rap music? You want to know my real honest opinion? Because I was there. I was already working in the record industry in the 90s. That's the reason why, not to toot my own horn, but that's the reason why I feel like I have more knowledge than the average person when it comes to the music industry, was because I was already working in the music industry before social media. There was no Facebook. There was no MySpace. And for those of you that know, that was way before Instagram. That was way before apps. I mean, back in the days, Facebook and MySpace didn't have an app. I mean, MySpace never had an app. You had to log in on a laptop or a desktop. Okay, there was no apps on your phone. Okay, and I was before all of that. We had just started learning about MP3s. I remember they were like, "Oh, we just recorded a demo." I worked with Sony. I knew Janae when she was a kid. Janae was like 14 at the time when she was working with us. Same thing with B2K. Y'all remember Omarion and all them. And I remember like they would have a recording studio out here, and we would have to send the demo to New York for them to hear it. And I remember they were like, "Oh yeah, they need to hear the demo. So can you upload the MP3?" You know, we had to. This is how old school it was, yo. Let me just give you guys a little bit of history that you never will have to deal with. We used to have to take the CD, put it into the desktop, turn it into an audio file, make it into an MP3, and then send that to New York for the executives over there to hear. That's how OG in this music industry I am. You know where I found out about an MP3 was in the music industry. I remember the first time my boss, she came to me and she's like, "Oh, can you send the MP3?" I was like, "What's an MP3?" Okay, so I'm way before the social media era of the music industry. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me just grab something real quick. Where we actually had to take pictures of what we were doing. There was no phones and all that stuff. Okay? So here's my point. I want to go back and answer your question, Simone. I want to answer your question. Yeah, that's a lot of work. That was crazy back in those days, man. I feel that the decline of hip hop really started in 2000. I even think before that. To be honest with you, I really think the decline of hip hop started in the mid 90s or late 90s. No, mid 90s was the best era of hip hop. That was the best era because that was when you had to be real. You know, even Eminem says this. Y'all can go and watch Eminem interviews. Even Eminem says that in the beginning, if you sounded like another rapper, like let me give y'all an example, Lil Durk and Lil Baby. If y'all sounded like another rapper, you would be called whack. Like, what? You sound like that other rapper. You're completely biting his style. Biting somebody else's style was considered whack. Now, it's cool to bite other people's styles. Now it's cool to sound like everybody else. Now it's cool to have the same beats that everybody else is making. Now it's cool to have the same cadence and the same rap style as everybody else. And then I remember Eminem said, I don't remember when the shift happened, but because if you think about it, Eminem don't sound like nobody. If we look at all the rappers that came out from, let's just say 2003. Is that when 50 dropped? He dropped about 2003. So if we go back from 2003 to, we can go all the way back to the 80s if you want. NWA didn't sound like Run DMC. Run DMC didn't sound like, Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang didn't sound like Tupac. Tupac didn't sound like Snoop. Snoop didn't sound like Eminem. Eminem didn't sound like 50. If you look at all the rappers from that generation, Biggie didn't sound like Pac, even though Pac did say that Biggie took his style. But if you go back and you look at history, right? You go back and you look at history, rappers did not sound the same. It was considered whack. If you sounded like other rappers, you were considered biting a style, okay? Whereas now it's cool to sound like other rappers. But you want to know why? You want to know why it's cool? It's because the record industry started telling rappers that it's cool. Even Vince Staples said this on Joe Budden's podcast, where he went on and said that the labels are going to say, "Oh, those songs where you want to have a message, that's cool. That's cool. We could put that on the album, but your single's going to be this. This is what you need to talk about on the single." And what are most of these artists going to do? They're going to say, well, they want a record deal. So they're going to do what the labels are telling them. That is the reason why the music industry sounds like trash today. Is because the music industry is dictating what the rappers could sound like. Because, thank you again, Simone, rappers don't have a mind of themselves anymore. You see, I think that back in the Tupac era, and possibly even Snoop Dogg back in those eras. And thank you for the likes, y'all. Thank you for the likes. I think that rappers had more of like, nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that shit. You ain't gonna have me up in here wearing a dress. I'm not gonna put on makeup. Oh, this is what's hot right now. Saucy Santana. Yo, I get so disappointed. I don't even want to show that dude's ugly. And I don't even usually like to use those words, but man, that dude is just so ignorant and so stupid that I get upset that I cannot talk more trash about that. Like, that would be unacceptable in the time of rap that we were around. And it's unacceptable today. What person wants to see a grown man with a beard and eyelashes and makeup and long fingernails wearing a dress talk about he's a rapper? What disrespect to hip hop. Let me ask you all a question, which I've been asking every single time we do these streams. And now I feel like I'm getting a little upset because this is how much I love the culture. Let me ask you all a question. Do y'all see that going on in country music? Do y'all see men in dresses in country music? No, it's very masculine. Look, and yes, that's the picture of Snoop. Country music stars. I'm surprised that more people don't look at this. I mean, look, the women look like women and the men look like men. These are like some of the biggest country music stars. Not one of these men do I see in a dress or wearing makeup or having long fingernails. This is ridiculous that they do this to our culture. And thank you, Simone. You just reminded me that, yes, I think that there is a bigger agenda at play. I think that to go back to the whole Diddy thing real quick, right? Oh, sorry. Wait, I put this on the wrong page. Let me go back to this. I just want to pull this up real quick because I want to make sure I show it to you guys on YouTube. Here is all the country music stars. We got Carrie Underwood, Tim McGraw, George Strait, Garth Brooks, Keith Urban. I'm talking about mostly the men. Toby Keith, Hank Williams, Luke Combs, even the Jelly Roll dude. None of these guys are wearing dresses. None of these guys are wearing makeup. None of these guys have long fingernails. None of these guys look like women. Take a note of that, yo. Take a note of that, okay? Take a note of that, man. That's just, man, that's insane. That's insane. But you made me think about something, and I want to say this real quick before I lose this train of thought, and I'm going to go back to you guys' comments. That, yes, I do believe of what you're saying, that there could be a bigger agenda at play. There could be a bigger agenda at play. You know why? Because when we talk about Diddy, that's where I was going to go with this. And you all heard me say earlier today that Diddy is not the only one in the music industry to be doing stuff like this. He's not the only one. There's a lot of other music execs who have been doing the same thing as Diddy since before Diddy was born. Diddy is not the only one that is doing this. And again, I am not trying to take his side or say that what he did is right. But really, who cares if the man is gay? Who cares if the man was calling male escorts for himself, which he probably was? Who cares, man? You know what I'm saying? All right, well, let me tell you something. Thank you, Thunderdam Beats. I appreciate you. Scott R., well, you don't have to watch, man. If you're bored, you don't have to watch. That's because we're talking about real shit. If you don't like the video, then go watch a TikTok video. Go watch some TikTok videos. Go watch some people dancing. Okay? We are having a real discussion here. That's what we're doing right now. We're having a real discussion. We ain't talking about twerking or TikTok dances. If you want to go follow the trends, TikTok is right there at your disposal, man, for you to go check that out. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, Azdi Fazi. Bro, here in Romania, We record on 2 reels in 1996. You're damn right. We were doing that too. In 1 take, 2 mics, 1 sampler, 1 drum machine, 2 synths, and a mixer, of course. What about the 4-track? Did y'all have a 4-track? Remember that? I remember recording on a 4-track, yo. Like, that was tough. Because what? You didn't even have an 8-track at the time. This is before, like, 8 tracks and 16 tracks were big. So you just had the 4-track. So you had to put the double ups and the vocals on the same track. But you had to hope that you mixed it correctly. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be able to go back and remix it. So then what do we have to do? We had to make sure that the mix was right. And you're right. In 1 take, 2 mics. Yeah, back in those days, didn't Jay-Z say that too? Jay-Z said that's why he's so good at doing his raps without writing them down, because he came from the era of when you had to just do your stuff in 1 take. You had to just memorize your verse so well that you could just do it in 1 take. There were no such things as punch-ins back in those times. There were no punch-ins then. I'm going to get to the comments on TikTok in a minute. I just want to speak on this Diddy thing again, just real quick, that I think you're right, Simone. And thank you for some more of the likes. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully we can get some roses going here on TikTok too as well. That would be great. Let's see if we get the following up. We get the subscribers up. All that stuff. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you. Because like I said, man, we about to go into a new year too, y'all. Let's keep that in mind. We about to go into a new year. And let me tell y'all something. We're just getting started over here, man. I think I might even take this show to the road, yo. What do y'all think about that, man? What do y'all think about that? I might take this show to the road, and I'm down to come out there and speak to y'all personally. And those of you that follow, those of you that like, subscribe, I'll buy you a beer when I see you. Gotcha. I gotcha. Okay? Let me say this, or I'll buy you whatever drink you like. Speaking of drinks, let me get my smoothie. Ugh. Let me tell you all this, man. I think that there is an agenda at play with Diddy. I think there's a few things that are going on here with Diddy. I think that there's a possibility that because he's so rich and he has built this empire, and he's also a black man, a man of color, a man from Harlem too, New York. I believe that there could be some powers at play that are trying to take him down. And like you said, it could be a distraction. It could be a distraction. Because it almost seems like with all that's going on in the world right now, why are we focused on something that happened like 10, 15 years ago, if not more? Even though I heard some people say that he broke up with her or she broke up with him. Let's be real, yo. Did y'all hear the interview with Cassie on Charlemagne before she, in the middle of this interview came out like years ago? This one right here. Let me just play a quick clip. I'm going to read your comments while I play this.
But instead he did Death for...
Oh, wait. Let's let that...
Death for Auto-Tune. What's your thoughts on that being a Brooklyn boy, Red Cafe? Don't do the politically correct.
Auto-Tune ain't do nothing to me.
Exactly. Celebration of drug culture and rap.
Hear what you said.
When you first shaved your head off.
Here we go.
And then the pictures of you came out naked the next week. I said, this chick is screaming for attention in a Beyonce, Rihanna world.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Charlemagne was very interesting in this interview. If y'all listen to this real quick, I was just doing my research about 14 years ago. So this was at the time that she was going through all the stuff that she was going through with Diddy. For those of you on TikTok that can't hear, you can tune in on YouTube and you can hear the video. I'm going to read your comments while this video is playing.
And is that how you truly feel?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
right.
I
don't you think it's a little unfair to judge before you do know somebody?
I mean, I didn't judge. I was just giving my opinion because you know when they talk about Cassie, you don't hear a lot of good things. That's why I kind of got to give you props for keeping your head up, because they say things like, you're untalented, you're not good vocally, and then when you shaved your head and came out with the naked pictures, it was like, okay, she's reaching now. But
I didn't put out the naked pictures. That's number one. But I did put out the pictures of my head shaved.
And everybody's following you now, so you're looking like a trendsetter nowadays.
I mean, it's not even a trend. It's something I did.
How did that make you feel when you saw your nude pictures on the internet, your Cassie? Because the pictures weren't old.
I took them and sent them to my boyfriend.
Really?
This is the interesting part. I hope you all listening on YouTube.
Diddy doesn't need pictures of you now.
TikTok, go to youtube.com/beatgrade real quick to listen to this video.
I get it.
It wasn't for him.
Ryan Leslie?
No, it wasn't for him.
Oh.
No.
Let's speak on Ryan Leslie real quick. Y'all know who Ryan Leslie is? I know they tried to slam me in the comments and say Ryan Leslie is not just a rapper. Okay? Ryan Leslie is not just a rapper is what they said, right? I know he's a businessman. But can we all admit that Ryan Leslie even went on to say, in case y'all don't know who Ryan Leslie is, this is him right here. Because I know he's not super famous in the industry. He had a deal, okay? He had a deal with Diddy. He had a deal with Bad Boy. Ryan Leslie, look him up. He was actually the one who brought Cassie to Diddy, okay? And Ryan Leslie was dating Cassie at the time. All right? He was dating Cassie at the time. And do y'all know, and there's even an interview. Y'all can look this up if you don't believe me. Y'all can fact check this. And thank you. I am passionate, Simone. Thank you. Let me ask you this, man. Do y'all know, man, I want your girl. And Ryan Leslie just basically passed her off to him. Like, okay, yo, whatever to get a deal with Bad Boy. Like, that's the kind of power that we're talking about here. We're talking about that type of power where a man could be like, hey, you want to work with me? Well, I want your girl. And that's how, a lot of people are saying that this went down. So I just want y'all to know real quick that Ryan Leslie, who's a dope dude, you know what I'm saying? Been following him for a minute. I never even knew that he was dating Cassie until all this stuff started coming out. So this is just a super deep, twisted, dark thing going on in the music industry, man, which is just so weird.
Come back to you, young lady. We're here. Okay. We got Cassie and we got Red Cafe in the building. You want to introduce your new single?
Yes, this is my new single, Must Be Love.
You have to speak up. It's a Beyonce, Rihanna world.
I found that part really interesting, and then we'll maybe come back to this video later. But where she says her single, and yes, it does sound like she's a little shy, and Charlamagne basically is telling her, for those of you on TikTok that couldn't hear this, saying that, hey, you got to speak up. It's a Beyonce, Rihanna world. So I guess at that time, Beyonce, which she still is big, was big at that time. Let's not even get into Beyonce and Jay-Z. That'll be a whole nother topic. But I love Jay-Z. Reasonable Doubt is one of my favorite albums of all time. I would love to work with Rock Nation. So I'm going to keep that subject quiet for now. But I think Jay-Z's a real one. He's one of my favorite rappers, and he's a real one for sure. But yes, let me just go back and play that part real quick, because why does she sound somewhat insecure? Maybe she was going through the freak offs at this time.
Yes, this is my new single. It wasn't for him.
Ryan Leslie?
No, it wasn't for him.
Oh.
No.
We're going to come back to you, young lady. We're here.
Okay.
We got Cassie and we got Red Cafe in the building. You want to introduce your new single?
Yes, this is my new single, Must Be Love.
You have to speak up. It's a Beyonce, Rihanna world. You have to be heard, Cassie. Speak up. Introduce
your single. This is my new single, Must Be Love.
Featuring?
Which one are you playing?
Is this the one featuring Red Cafe?
It's Diddy.
Oh, my God. Y'all would leave Red Cafe off to play Diddy's verse?
I make it work, though.
215-263-1003 or toll free 1-800-23. Lima.
Yeah. We might come back and look a little bit more of that later. But okay, so you see, at that time they're like, why you take off the verse to put Diddy on? But now we know why. Yo, I find this so strange that we got over 5,000 likes now on TikTok, but only a few people are watching. But hey, I want to thank y'all that are watching, because I feel that this is only going to get bigger. All right, let's go. For those of us that are on this real hip hop discussion, thank you. Thunderdam Beats, I appreciate you. Yes, the hip hop cops. That's a good one. All right, let me see what Lil Duck. I keep thinking your name is Lil Durk. Lil Duck. Okay. The white man can't tell the black rapper how to tell and sell his message about the streets he grew up in. That's very true, man. Yes, Simone, if you're still on the call, let's talk about it. Hold on. Yep. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't even know if I can say that word, just killing it, because it seems like every time I say those words, we'll just say secret society for now. But I don't even know if I can say those words. Oh, Snoop in the police. What up, Michael X? Appreciate you. Yeah, I believe that too. I don't know if I can say that word, man, but I will say this, though, that after listening to that interview with Suge, and if you guys don't know about that, you should go check it out right now. I think it just came out like a day or two ago. That interview is definitely on some craziness, man, what Suge is saying. Now, like I said, again, I have heard Suge say these things before. Thank y'all for the likes coming in, man. I don't even know where these likes are. I don't see how you can have so many likes with only a few people watching, but okay, I get it. Can we get some more likes on Facebook too? I mean, on YouTube? I think I might just share this live stream on Facebook as well. Michael, I agree with you on Snoop possibly being somewhat of a fake Crip. I think he might be, maybe he was a little bit more real back in the days, but if you want to know my honest opinion, the fakest Crip in the industry to me is Blueface. Blueface has got to be the fakest Crip in the music industry, in my opinion. But who knows, man? Because look, something weird is going on with Snoop, man. And like I said, to go back, oh, he was? I didn't know that, man. I didn't know. Well, was Snoop a blood first? TikTok, can we get up on that? Can we get a confirmation on that? Justin, or I keep thinking your name is Justin. My bad. Just killing it. The interview is on YouTube. You can check it out on YouTube. Just look up. Here, I'll pull it up for you right now. It's episode 4, Suge and Puff. All you got to do is just go to YouTube and look up Suge and Puff. It's a great interview. You should check it out, man. Great interview. He's talking about the male escorts that he had Cassie go get for him were not just for her. They were also for him too. Okay? So he's talking about a lot of truth on there, speaking about a lot of stuff. But like I said, that's the part that everybody went to. Everybody just wanted to hear the Cassie Diddy stuff and what Suge happens to know about that. But the part that stuck out to me the most in that interview, which it seems that it went over a lot of people's heads, was him talking about Snoop being an informant and knowing the play-by-play of the Tupac assassination. That's the part that's just crazy. All right, here we are. Let's see. Give me a second. Let me read your comments real quick. I appreciate y'all. And for those of you, because I know this is a real talk, for those of you that decided to follow, I'm going to follow y'all back. So I appreciate it. And I'd like to get a few more of the follows up. If we can get a few more gifts, share this. Thank y'all for supporting. Thank y'all for being here. I might even do another live later tonight. If y'all are on TikTok later tonight, I might even do another live. But like I said, we're going to be doing these all the times. I usually just do videos, but I don't know. It seems like there's more activity somewhat on the live. So maybe I should start doing this. I mean, I don't know. Y'all tell me. Lives or videos? What do y'all prefer? Let's see. Thunderdam Beats. I'm reading off of YouTube comments. Let me see. Thunderdam Beats. These rappers talk all soft. I swear they are playing a role like Blueface and Offset and 6ix9ine. Yep. Thank you. And those rappers that you mentioned ain't saying a damn thing in their music. They ain't saying a damn thing. Oh, and Simone has just responded to you, Michael. By the way, this is commenting on YouTube, but Simone had just said, not sure if Snoop was ever a blood, but he has friends that are. Well, that's why I chose this picture. I chose this picture because, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, Puffy was messing with Usher. That is a fact. Now, you heard about the whole Keke Palmer thing, right? With her mom saying that Usher's gay. I don't think Usher's gay because he got kids, right? But he could be bi. But then again, who cares? But that's why I chose this picture right here, this classic picture of Suge, Pac, and Snoop, because Suge is clearly representing that he's a blood right here. Okay, so I do understand that, hey, in order to make some money, sometimes it don't matter what gang you from, and furthermore, it don't matter what race you are. When it comes to making money, you got to connect. It don't matter. And by the way, shout out to you again, Sim, because I just saw your comment about MySpace. If you were on MySpace, then you know what's up. We go back to the days. All right, let me, Jay-Z definitely part of the can't say that word with Beyonce. I'm not going to say that word during the stream because it seems like the last time I said the word, you know which word I'm talking about, right, y'all? Y'all know the word? It has to do with secret societies. I think I could say secret society, right? But I'm not going to say that word because it seems like when I say that word, things happen. Beyonce, wait. Is definitely part of the secret society with Beyonce too in the music industry, used for the soul for impact. Okay, good. Yeah, y'all know the word. Yeah, I can't say that word because it seems like when I say that word, things start to happen to my videos. They get flagged. Oh wow, now we got people coming in. They get flagged. Stuff happens. So, what up, RC? Glad you here, man. Glad you here. I see you on Facebook, homie. Hope you're doing good. Just to let you know, side note, because I know you're one of the producers we work with, we planning another beatGrade event, so stay tuned for that. Yeah. All right. So we got Facebook, we got TikTok, and we got YouTube. We're doing it for real this time, yo. We're doing it for real this time. I actually feel like this is a TV network for once. All right. Yes. I mean, come on, let's not forget the Tupac album Machiavelli, Kill Illuminati. Yo, isn't that the reason why the word became famous? I mean, I know I shouldn't have said the word, but I'm not saying the word. I'm talking about the Tupac album. What was the album? Machiavelli. Have y'all read the book, by the way? By Machiavelli? Y'all should read that book because that's what inspired Tupac. Just to show y'all that I ain't BSing. Just to show y'all that I do my research, let me grab something real quick. Let me show y'all something real quick. Don Columinati, the 7-Day Theory. And you know what's even scarier about this is that Tupac comes out with an album called the Don Columinati, right? He was one of the first ones telling you about this stuff. I mean, I think that Pac was the one that made the word famous. Okay, he came out with this album November. Wow, it was actually November 1996. So that was about, like damn near basically about 25 years ago from today or somewhere around there, give or take. So he comes out with this album, right? And he's talking about all of it. Man, I might have to go back and listen to this album, yo. I mean, I remember hearing this album when it first came out, and I was just like, nah, it was okay. I was like, yeah, it's cool. I mean, he had a couple ones like the Hail Mary, come for me, Hail Mary, ride for me, da 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 da. I mean, like all that stuff sounded kind of strange, you know, like his little melodies, the way he was singing, the way he was doing all that stuff. It definitely sounded strange. But I think I'm going to go back and I'm going to listen to the album. Let me grab something for y'all because I want to show y'all this real quick. Give me 1 second. I'm going to be right back. Give me 1 second, y'all. I want to show y'all just how much I do my research. I'm going to show you real quick. Hopefully I can find it. Give me 1 second. All right. Y'all with me? All right. Y'all there? Hold on. Let me turn my camera back on. All right. Just to show y'all that I do my research. And I just wanted to show you the book that Pac read while he was in prison. That's why I had to go pick this book up. Y'all should do this. For Christmas, let me tell y'all what y'all should do for Christmas, okay? Instead, and thank you for the stars. Wow, RC, you sent 100 stars, man. Thank you, fam. I really appreciate you, fam. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out RC Productions, man. Shout you out, man. Thank you, fam. I appreciate you. Go check out that man's music. Now, the reason why I'm going to tell you real quick, I actually grabbed this one book to show you the book that Pac was reading in prison. And that's another thing I want to say. Especially the people of color, because we got to get smarter. Thank y'all for the likes that are coming in. I have no idea how this TikTok thing works, how it's getting so many likes, but only a few people are watching. But whatever. I want to thank the few of you that are here. As long as we're getting the message out, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, I believe it. Here's the book right here. If those of y'all can see it on YouTube, Nico Machiavelli, The Prince. Okay? And then for TikTok, here you go right here. I'm gonna show y'all some books. And this is the other thing I was going to say, is that a lot of y'all, look, y'all can see, man, I got the real book right here. It's not even a big book. It's not a big book. Y'all need to read more. That's what I want to say, man, is that y'all need to start reading more and get off of social media. Get off of social media for a little bit. I'm not saying that you got to retire from social media, because I understand that a lot of us now in today's world, some of us, for the most part, this is how we make our money now. This is the new way of working. The ways of going to work an office job and paying your bills are over. They're over, yo. That we are not in those times anymore. It's so interesting to me that they try to implement this 1950s style on us to think that that's still going to work in today's world. Do you understand that the 9-to-5 pattern came from Henry Ford? That was back in like the 40s and the 50s, maybe even before that. Okay. And I know we're going off subject a little bit on something here, but I just wanted to show you that because I grabbed the book that Pac was reading. Again, Nico Machiavelli, The Prince. I don't know if y'all can see that. Great book. But then I looked at my other books that I have. I actually take the time to read. And I started looking at the other books that I have. And I said, you know what? I want to show y'all some other books. Maybe I should just start a book club here on TikTok. Oh, yeah, that'll do well, right? But maybe I should just start a book club. Here's another book. You can see how old this book is. I've had this book for so long that it's coming apart. Look at this. Like, these are how old my books are. Is that the pages are, the cover. See that? The cover's ripped off. But y'all know this book? This book is called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This is one of the best books that I've ever read in my life. If you guys want to know, I consider this book like my Bible right here. This is one of the best books that I've ever read. I highly recommend that you guys go and read this book. This book will change your life as long as you implement it and you do correctly what is said in this book. I'm going to tell you right now, I did, and it's definitely worked for me. I wouldn't be probably sitting here having this live stream with you guys right now in the convenience of my beautiful home if I didn't read books like this to help me get to the level of where I'm at. All right. So Think and Grow Rich. I highly recommend this book. You guys got to read that book because I saw this book when I went to my library to go grab my books. And then my other book. Now, this is one that's really crazy. This one's, you talk about a book that's falling apart. This one, I don't know if you guys can see. It's called 100,000 Years of Man's Unknown History. This is probably one of the craziest books that you will ever see. Now, this book talks about the pyramids in Egypt. This book talks about aliens. This book talks about levitation. This is not a book that has been taught in school. This is not a book that people know about. Oh, and there's another book that I forgot to grab because I'm still reading it right now. I mean, I already read it, but I read these books again. That's another thing. Think and Grow Rich. I've read that book like 2 or 3 times, and I'm about to read it a 4th time. It's not a book that you just read once. It's a book that you read multiple times. Okay? But this book right here, you can find this possibly on Amazon. It's really hard to find. But I just found this book. Like this book, I just happened to just find. But man, keep in mind, the Bible says that the earth is only 5,000 to 6,000 years old. Okay, that's what the Bible says, right? And I know we're going on a religious thing. We could do that too. I can go on the religious talks. All right, I can go on the Christianity, the Muslim, the Jewish, the Hare Krishna. We can go through all that, but we ain't gonna do that on this video. But I just want to say, side note, this book right here, if you can see, it says 100 years, or I'm sorry, 100,000 years. So just this title alone already claims that everything in the Bible is not the truth. But we're not going to do that talk here. I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to talk about religion or politics. I believe that there is some truth there, but my point is this, is that there are things that have been missing out. So that brings us to what Tupac is basically saying. I mean, come on, man. This is what was in the music. This is what was in the music. This is what he was saying. All right, let me go to some of your comments real quick. Yeah, true, man. Thank you. I appreciate you, Michael X. I hope you're following and subscribing. Maybe one was Suge in that BMW was not Pac. Oh, so okay. What are you saying? I don't know how to say your name. Asdifazi. What are you saying? What are you implying? Are you implying that Pac was cloned? Are you implying that Pac went to Cuba? Could be a possibility. Could be. Let's see here. Let's see some of your comments. Yep. Thank you for saying that. Yep, you should read it, Simone. I'm reading your comments. Tupac didn't like Jay-Z. I never really heard Tupac mention Jay-Z. And when Tupac, Jay-Z was talking about him like they were friends. You know, that's the interesting thing. Like that goes back to the Snoop thing. Is that once Pac got killed or shot, whatever it was, then it was like all these rappers like Snoop came out like they were his homie. And it was like he straight up told you that he wasn't messing with you when you did that thing with what's it called? When you went on to Hot 97 and you shouted out Bad Boy right after he got shot in the recording studio in New York. So yeah, man, it is interesting. And you know what I want to say too, to add on top of that, just killing it. What I also want to add on top of that is that they did the same thing with Nipsey Hussle too. Do y'all remember this picture? Let me see if I can find it. There's a Nipsey Hussle mural that Dr. Dre and The Game took a picture of in front of. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this picture right here. And look, like I told y'all, I'm rocking the Crenshaw right now too for this call. What a coincidence. What a coincidence that I'm rocking the Crenshaw. They took this picture, right? And I said to myself, why? Why did you take this picture, Dre? Why did you take this picture? For those of you on YouTube right now, you can go to YouTube right now and you can see this picture. I'm sorry, y'all on TikTok. If you also watch it on YouTube, it's beatGrade all around. Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, whatever else, MySpace. It's beatGrade all around. Why did you take this picture? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Because Dre, you've had plenty of opportunities to work with Nipsey. And you never signed him to Aftermath, but then after he gets shot, slain, and now he's considered, you know, I mean, he was a legend at the time, I believe, but now he's definitely a legend. Now you want to go and take a picture with him like, oh, yes, we support this man. But you never put this man on Aftermath? Jay-Z was the one that signed Nipsey Hussle. So you got a dude in New York who goes and what Nipsey was the first one that came up with that theory because he read a book Like I said, see, y'all got to go out and y'all got to read books. Thank you for the likes that are coming in on TikTok. I'm at nearly 7,000 likes on TikTok right now. Just to let y'all know. I'm at nearly 7,000 likes. I should have been screen recording this, but whatever. Okay, but let me just ask y'all this, man. You gonna tell me that Dr. Dre had all the opportunities in the world to put Nipsey on Aftermath, which we all know he was very capable of being on. You never put him on your label. Now, I don't know if something happened behind closed doors, if maybe Nipsey didn't want to do it. I heard that Nipsey was actually supposed to be in the movie Straight Outta Compton, and he was supposed to play Snoop. Man, imagine how classic that would have been. But I get why he didn't want to play the role. He didn't want to play the role because he didn't want to get typecast as Snoop Dogg. But I heard that they did approach him and ask him to play Snoop in the movie. So maybe he did have a connection to Dre. Maybe, I mean, I'm sure he did. But it's like, yo, Dre, when Nipsey came out with that theory of pushing the CDs for $100, his mixtape, he was selling his mixtapes for $100, right? Jay-Z went and bought what? Didn't Jay-Z spend like $10,000? He donated $10,000 to Nipsey for that mixtape. I didn't hear anything about Dre. I didn't hear nothing about Dre. What did Dre do? Oh, after Nipsey gets shot, then Dre and the game go and take a picture in front of his mirror like, yeah, we was always down with Nipsey. Like, man, get up out of here, yo. Get up out of here. Like, this picture, in some ways, makes me somewhat bothered. This picture right here makes me somewhat bothered, man. But whatever. All right, let me go back to some of y'all comments. Yes, Simone, I highly recommend that you read the book. I highly recommend that you read the book. I highly recommend that you check out Think and Grow Rich. The Machiavelli book is a good book because it's basically telling you how to manipulate and conquer your enemies. Somewhere on those lines. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Lil Duck. And if we can get some more roses up in here, that'd be great. Thank you, Lil Duck, for saying that. I do remember Pac saying something about Quincy Jones wanted to get with him. You also know that Pac was dating Quincy Jones's daughter at the time when he got shot in Vegas, right? Yeah, I might, after this stream, I think I'm going to go back and listen to the Machiavelli album. And I'm going to listen to the Machiavelli album in a different way, okay? I'm not going to listen to it like, oh, this is Pac. Let me go back and let me listen to Tupac. I'm going to listen to it from a different perspective. I'm going to go back and I'm going to listen to the album and be like, okay, what was Pac really talking about here? What was he really talking about? Hold on. All right, let me go through some of your more of your other comments. Yo, I hope you guys are following, man, because you guys are Lil Durk. I keep calling you Lil Durk, my bad. Lil Duck, Simone, and I know you are just killing it. Thank you so much, man, because you guys are going to help push the narrative. You see, we all need to get on this campaign together, okay? And same with you guys on YouTube, too. I'm not leaving you out. Michael X, Thunderdam Beats. I think I've seen you on another stream before. Osdi Fossey, shout you out. Scott R, I hope you took your ass over to Twitch and watch Kai Cenat with his boring streams, if that's more entertaining to you. Luli, shout you out. Thank you. Above Average and above, thank you. I'm just going to do a shout out real quick. Ahmad Muhammad, thank you. I appreciate y'all that are in the chat right now. I appreciate all of y'all that are liking, subscribing, commenting, and on this talk. And I really hope that you guys are following and subscribing. And it's not just to build my following, as most of these YouTubers want to do. It's not just because of that. That definitely does help, because like Jurassic 5 had said, one of my favorite groups, there's power in numbers. And that's what we need to do, man. We need to create power in numbers. So the next time when we jump on these calls, I want you guys tuned in and locked in with us, you know, because other people, like you said, all the sheep people, all the people that are brain dead, all the people that can't think for themselves, they need to see that there's other people out here like y'all that actually have a brain for themselves and that think. And I want to say thank you. I thank all of y'all so much, man. Okay, so let me see. Yep. You have to have a hidden messaging in the songs. Yo, if you go back and you listen to this album, go back and listen to Wu-Tang Forever. I know we all know the album, right? It was one of the biggest hip hop albums that ever came out. But I tell y'all right now, man. I mean, 36 Chambers, we all love that, right? That's a classic, right? But this album right here, Wu-Tang Forever, y'all need to go back and listen to this album. Man, the Wu-Tang Forever album, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a Wu-Tang fan, but I'm actually really saying this that if you really go back and you listen to this album, like what the heck they was talking about on this album, man, they were spitting some knowledge up on this album, yo. Come on, man. The RZA was talking about telekinesis, man. How many rappers out there are talking about telekinesis? And if you don't know what telekinesis is, go look that up, man. He's talking about telekinesis on this album, man. Like, you want to talk about an agenda at play? Let's talk about the fact of how they have just dumbed down the music. Didn't Lupe Fiasco actually also come with, didn't Lupe Fiasco, he also came with a song called Dumb It Down? Just Dumb It Down. You know, talk about your whips, Lou, dumb it down. Talk about the hoes in the city, Lou, dumb it down. Like he had a song called Dumb It Down where he's basically telling you that the record industries are telling you to dumb down the music. Now, let me go back to what you said, Simone, earlier. Why did the decline happen? I think I said it a little bit, but I will elaborate on that, okay? The reason why was because the record industry is not signing conscious rappers. If that were the case, you guys would have heard my album. And by the way, I do rap. I just don't take it as seriously as I used to. But if you guys want to hear some of my music, my rap name is David Mnemonic. That's Mnemonic. You can check me out on Spotify and Apple Music. Okay, I've had plenty of record companies that I was working for at the time, working with. I was able to secure a few independent deals, thankfully. But I will say this, though, that my goal was to get signed to a major. Okay, when I was working at Sony at the time. That was my goal. That's why I took the job at Sony. I didn't want to be in the A&R department. I didn't want to work in the marketing department. But looking back, it was a blessing in disguise because working in that department taught me how to do these things. But at that time, I was like in my late teens, early 20s. I was trying to be a rapper, right? And my message was conscious. Now, I was also in LA at the time. A part of me feels like I should have been in New York because New York was signing conscious rappers at that time. LA wanted nothing to do with conscious rappers. You know, like at least Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Wu-Tang, and all the members of Wu, Method Man, Raekwon, RZA, they all had solo deals. So New York was obviously putting out a little bit more conscious rap at that time. But LA was more on the gangster rap, right? And I was not a gangster rapper. Even though I grew up with some gangsters and knew some, I wasn't into that. You know, even though I love Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style was a great album, classic album, right? A lot of great albums. Tupac. I mean, my favorite Tupac album is Me Against the World. That's my favorite Pac album. I like it better than All Eyes on Me. But I will say, man, that, yeah, they weren't really trying to sign conscious rappers in LA. They wanted gangster rappers, thug rappers, and, you know, it was like the Loonies. It was like Tupac. I mean, you had a few conscious rappers that were out there, but not really, right? So my point is this, is that, I mean, didn't Bone Thugs, and shout out to Bone Thugs. I hope Crazy's doing all right, right? Wasn't there an interview where he went on and he said that the record industry said, and thank you, Just Killing It. That's exactly the point I'm about to get to. You control the music, you control the youth. And you just reminded me of something. Let me search this. What's his name? NBA Youngboy. Y'all know NBA Youngboy, right? I thought that this kid was such trash, right? But then when I saw this interview of him and I listened to him speak and I started listening to him a little bit more, there's an article that he put up on The Source, right? And I'm gonna probably get into this in another video a little bit thorough. But he says NBA Youngboy, all right? This is on The Source. Y'all can look this up. Y'all can Google this on TikTok for those of you that aren't watching on YouTube. Check this out on YouTube if you can go to YouTube real quick because I'm showing the page. He says right here that the entertainment industry is demonic and he chose to take part in it. So he basically admitted to signing his soul to the devil. He admitted it. He admitted that the music that he makes is ignorant. Sound the alarm. Sound the alarm, man. Youngboy actually admitted that the music he's making is demonic and that he knows that it's an agenda that's being pushed for him to infiltrate the minds of young people. Yo, did you see some of NBA Youngboy's videos where they were bragging and talking trash about killing people and laughing at it? Yo, so let me just read this real quick. I'm going to read this to you for those of you that are on TikTok. NBA Youngboy acknowledges that the entertainment industry is demonic and uses his talents for the masses. Wow. Let me make sure I highlight that part right there. Y'all see that right there? Speaking with Complex, Youngboy revealed the demonic nature of the industry and he decided to involve himself. This is according to NBA Youngboy. This is a report that he said according to him. He said, I learned it's a demonic industry that I chose to be part of. So it's like I accept it. I run with it. But don't be a dummy at the same time. You got to understand. They're using me as entertainment and this shit becomes self-destruction too. Oh, really? Because I ain't an entertainer, you know. Some shit can't be spoke on. Why? Man, because this shit is to be continued. So he's basically saying he can't really tell you everything because he's currently still under contract with the devil. But he's basically telling you that it's demonic and that he knows that he's being controlled to control the masses, or he's being used to control the masses. I ran with it, but don't be a dummy at the same time. Why be on owning his own masters is most important. Let me just see if there was anything else on here. Yeah, now they just go off to talk about this. So they don't even really go into detail, of course, right? Because the industry is at play. And by the way, isn't The Source, the man who owns The Source, Dave Myers, if that's how you say his name, he's the one that's doing the interviews with Suge. So it almost seems like if you guys look between the lines, it almost seems like there's a connection here between Dave Myers, The Source. It almost seems like The Source is like starting to change their momentum, because I remember at one point The Source was just talking about BS and they were giving like 5 mics to trash rappers like Pitbull and stuff. And it was just like, oh, okay, it's because they paid you guys off, right? For the 5 mics. Because, you know, back in those days, if you got 5 mics in The Source, you know, you would sell more copies. But now it seems like Dave Myers is like been kind of thrown out of the industry. So now it seems like he's getting his get back now. Now it seems like he's trying to expose the secret societies or the powers that be that run the music. Look, y'all, it's no secret that hip hop is seriously on some ignorant shit right now. Right? Gary Smith, thank you for the chat. I appreciate you. And I hope that some of y'all are liking and subscribing this, man, because, you know, we got a lot of people jumping in and jumping out here. And just let you know, I've been on this stream for 2 hours. I'm going to need y'all to give us some follows, give us some likes, because, you know, pretty soon We can't be just, you know what I mean? Like we gotta keep this going, man. We gotta keep this message going. Because let me tell y'all again, Joe Budden, Drink Champs, and the Breakfast Club ain't gonna talk about this. So if we need to get this message out here, we're gonna get some likes up and we need to get the message out there. Dave doesn't own the Source. He doesn't own it anymore, right? But wasn't he the founder of the Source? Him and Benzino, right? Him and Benzino were the Source, right? List the article. You could just search this if that's what you're asking. You just go to the Source. Just Google NBA YoungBoy says the entertainment industry is demonic. I mean, I don't think that there's a better title than that. He clearly is telling you right here in this article in the paragraph, which I wish that they would have elaborated and went into detail a little bit more. But he's basically telling you that he's being used as a puppet to control the masses. And if any of y'all know NBA YoungBoy or you have a contact to him, please get us in touch with him. I would love to interview NBA YoungBoy on this. I would love to talk to NBA YoungBoy on this one because I feel I feel that I have a very good sense of people. Okay. I have very strong intuition. I can usually read people right away. Like whether before they even say something to me, you know what I'm saying? We could just look eye to eye. I could just make eye contact and I could just look and I can just see sometimes what you about or feel what you're about, shall I say. And I can tell you right now, my feeling for boy is that I don't think he's an ignorant kid. I mean, obviously he's not if he's coming out and saying stuff like this. I don't think that he's dumb, you know? And I think that he actually is one of the few. He might be one of the few young rappers that could actually do something if he were to change. But he might just be too far in it now. He might be just too far in it to where he's gone now, you know? Who knows? Who knows? But I will say, man, that it's good that some rappers out here like telling you what's up, man. So it's like, you know, we just got to do our research, man. And that's what I'm saying, man. You know what I was also thinking? I want to say this too. Oh, yeah. I heard about that. I heard about the hip hop, the hologram of Pac. Well, not only that, but they're going to start having hologram rappers. They're going to start bringing back everybody. That's happening in the future. We're going to start having holograms. We're going to start going to shows. People are going to start paying concerts. I mean, they're already doing it with Fortnite, right? Ain't Eminem supposed to perform on Fortnite? I mean, that's kind of a similar thing, right? In the metaverse. Yeah, man. There's obviously a higher agenda here at play. There has to be. There has to be because look at how ignorant the music is. And that's what I wanted to go on. The one topic that I wanted to speak on too was that I remember a time in rap music when most rappers like Jay-Z, Biggie, and Tupac, you know, some of the biggest rappers of all time now that are considered the greatest rappers of all time, that are considered legends to majority of people. I remember that there was a time where rappers started off as underground and then they became mainstream. So like Jay-Z was trying to get signed, right? He was out there trying to put his music out, trying to get the labels to sign him. Nobody wanted to sign him. So what did he do? Him and Dame Dash went and sold a bunch of crack. Oh! Can I say that? No, I can't say that. But I guess I can say that because Jay-Z even has a video where a guy was joking with him saying, oh man, looks like, you know, you a successful drug dealer. You became a successful drug dealer. But we all know that that's true, right? We all know that that's true. And thank you for the likes, yo. Thank you all for sending the likes. I'd like to get the likes up on YouTube a little bit more. Can we get these likes up? I mean, we got like 8 to 6 people watching right now. Let's get these likes up so we can get this message out, man. You know what I'm saying? YouTube doesn't want this message out sometimes, I'm thinking. Well, I don't know. I think YouTube does, but I think the record industry comes in and tries to suppress some of what I'm saying. Because let me tell y'all something. And I'll talk about it on another subject. I don't want to go all over the place. But the Grammys. I was talking trash about the Grammys Because we all know about that, right? Can y'all believe that they flagged my videos? I said, I got an email from YouTube saying, oh, we had to take your video down. I'm like, why? They said, because the Grammys didn't like it. I was like, the Grammys know who I am? What? Why don't you give me a Grammy then? The Grammys know me? Wow. Oh, okay. So I know the record industry is on my channel. I know you record execs are on this channel, man. So that's what I'm saying. And thank you for the like. Whoever just gave that like, thank you. I appreciate you, man. Like, subscribe, share. We're going to do more of these. But that's what I'm saying, man, that it's like, yo, the Grammys came after my channel and tried to take my videos down. I'm like, this channel, come on, y'all are the Grammys. What are you hating on me for? I'm just telling y'all that y'all effed up when you didn't give Kendrick Lamar the Grammy for Good Kid, Mad City. We all know that clearly. You gave the Grammy to Macklemore over Kendrick. And you're going to say that that's not an agenda being pushed? Where is Macklemore now? All right, let me read this. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the likes on YouTube. And thank you for the likes on TikTok. Just to let you know, we got like 7,000 likes on TikTok. Like it's going crazy. And thank you again, RC, for you on Facebook for giving the stars on Facebook. I don't even know what that means, but okay. I don't know if that's money or not. Can someone tell me what stars on Facebook means? Does that mean you got money when someone sends you stars? Nonetheless, thank you, though. Thank you. All right, I'm going to read your comment because it looked like you wrote a paragraph. I'm going to come back to you, just killing it. Let me just read this YouTube comment real quick. Damn, I feel like we could go all day with this one, right? We've been on for like 2 hours already. All right, here we go. Honestly, if you think about it, how many celebrities get released after being arrested for crimes most people would be ruined for? True. It would make sense. A lot of them are government assets, informants, etc. Great comment, man. Great comment. Odd and interesting. I appreciate your comment. Let me just take a second to think on that. Yeah, I agree with you. And that's what Suge, which goes back to how this whole video started. That's what Suge basically was saying about Snoop. Is he was basically saying that once Snoop caught that murder case and he got acquitted of the murder trial, which, by the way, we're not going to go back into that because, you know, I'm not trying to have no drama. But because you could see Snoop keeps that under wraps. I have never heard him talk about that case ever again. Wouldn't you think that somebody might want to ask him in an interview? So, what happened that day? What happened, Snoop? Tell us the truth. Or you can't tell us the truth, but can you at least just talk about it? Like, just tell us, like, how did the whole altercation happen? What was it about? What was the issue? He's so lucky that social media was not around at the time he caught that case. He's so lucky, yo. You see, Suge, when he caught his case, social media was around, cameras were around, and it just completely made the situation so much worse. Okay, but Snoop is lucky that when his case happened, I believe it was like 93, something like that, early 90s though, nonetheless. It was definitely early 90s. So there were no like cameras. The technology wasn't where it is today, or at least not that we're aware of. So yeah, he got away with it in a way. And it's like, I think that like possibly Snoop might have took a deal. He might have took a deal. And I don't mean a deal like, oh, if you do this, you're going to get out of jail, because he beat the case. I mean, let's be honest too. Like you said, to go back to odd and interesting, what you were saying, you already know Suge already went on to say that he spent millions of dollars, or he was out on $1 million bail, but I'm sure that there was a lot of other money, fines, fees, all kinds of stuff that they had to pay. So he had the whole death row mafia and record industry and Interscope Records, which is a $1 billion company, backing him up to make sure that he got out of jail and stayed out of jail so he could continue to push the agenda and push the narrative and sell more records. Then he drops the album Murder Was the Case that they gave him. So then he glorifies the fact that he was on trial for murder, right? 7,000 likes on TikTok. Thank you. Thank you. I think I just hit a new record right now. 7,000 likes on TikTok. Wow, thank you. So, like, okay, let's turn those 7,000 likes into followers, y'all. Let's turn it into that. So, this is what I'm saying. Wow, this is crazy, man. This is such a crazy subject, yo. If you guys really think about like how crazy and deep this hip hop is, this is insane. This is like politics, yo. It straight up is, man. This is like almost just as crazy as politics, if not crazier. I'm almost going to say in today's world, I think that hip hop is actually crazier than politics. All of y'all out there sending likes on TikTok, thank you. And I hope that you're following too, because we're going to do more of this. Because look, I've only seen a couple of y'all following. Okay? So I hope y'all are following, liking, subscribing, like I said, because we're going to do more of these. Thank you. Thank y'all, man. I really do hope that you guys are. All right. So let me go back to that. Yeah. Let me say a great thing right here. They said, I don't know if you're a man or a woman, so I'm just going to say they. It would make sense. A lot of them are government assets, informants, etc. Right. Because most people would be ruined over this. But the reason why he was able to beat that murder case was because he had millions of dollars backing him. So that is the reason why he was able to beat this case, man. All right. And I think that after he beat that case, there could be some records out there of the FBI that maybe was going after him because they wanted information on Tupac. They probably wanted information on Suge. They knew that Suge was getting his money from drug cartels. They knew that Suge was getting money from all kinds of things. So I think that you're right, man, because, yo, like Suge said in that interview, we got to have a talk, Snoop. Like, how did you know the play-by-play, but none of our people were in contact with you? So you was in contact with somebody else. And you know what? Suge is a guy, and I'm going to say this right here for those of y'all that are still listening. Suge is a guy, and I didn't mean to do that, but whatever. He's a guy that I believe talks in riddles, or he talks in codes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he talks in codes. He doesn't tell you everything straight up. He kind of just tells you, and then you got to know how to read between the lines. But I'm going to say this. I think that supposedly Suge is implying that Snoop was in touch with Keefy D. That's what I think. That's what I think he's implying. Now, I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I'm just throwing a suggestion out there that I think he was in touch with Keefy D and he knew what was going on in that car, and he told his brother Daz or his cousin Daz not to go to Vegas that night because he knew what was going to go down. And maybe that's why Snoop wasn't there either in Vegas, because he already knew what was going down. If that's true, and this man inducted him into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, man, that's some twisted. You want to talk about secret society stuff? You want to talk about sacrifice? You want to talk about initiations and sacrificing? That sounds like a sacrifice. If what Suge Knight is saying is true, that sounds like a sacrifice, man. And then now Suge Knight is in jail. Pac is dead or in Cuba. And Snoop is faking to quit smoking weed just to have everybody back on it again. Yo, I want to say this real quick, man, that again, not to go back to this, but for the people that just jumped on, I just want to say real quick, man, that Snoop saying that he stopped smoking weed, if he really meant that, I really do believe that he could have changed the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do believe it, man. I believe that he could have got a bunch of people to stop smoking weed. And maybe he was real about it. And then the government came in and said, nah, you can't do that. Because I don't know if it's just me, but have y'all noticed? Like, watch. If I go to Instagram real quick. And if I go to Snoop's page on Instagram. If it loads anytime today. He be posting some ignorant shit on Instagram too, man. Like sometimes where I'm just like, man, the stuff you put, look like this right here, right? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Well, that's cool. The homie Afion Crockett was with him like this. Damn. Gross. All right, let me just go to Snoop. If this takes forever to load, I apologize. All right, so notice how the one post that he did where he said, I'm not smoking anymore, right? Have we seen a video of him smoking since then? Or has he just been putting up all these stupid reels? Like, when he did that, and like I said, I checked the trends on Google, I got to tell you, man, Snoop has a lot of influence. He has a lot of influence, man. All right. So, look, okay, I'm just going through his Instagram real quick. So, yeah, this is what I've been seeing. I've just been seeing pictures of him holding the blunt. I haven't necessarily seen him with pictures of him smoking the blunt. Look at that picture, man. Or video. Yeah, he looks like he needs to stop smoking. Yeah, because, you know, Snoop usually has all these videos of him smoking, right? But now I've noticed something. When I go to his Instagram, I don't see any videos or pictures of him with the blunt in his mouth, except for this right here. Let's see this real quick. Yeah, he's just blowing the smoke. He's not smoking it. Maybe he is right there. Maybe he is. But I find it odd. Don't y'all find it odd that he's not showing himself smoking anymore? Okay, take that back. Yes, he is. All right. He just wanted to hide it up. You see, now, this is my point. I thought that there could be a possibility that he really quit. I thought there might have been a possibility that he really quit. But obviously, he was like, nah, I'm still smoking weed. And you should too. That's what I see when I watch this. Keep the people ignorant. I definitely feel at this point in time. Thank you. We got 8,000 likes on TikTok. Thank y'all. And if y'all don't mind, can we get the likes up just a little bit on YouTube? Let's get these likes up just a little bit more because I want to get these videos out here. And let's get the subscribing up. Let's get the following up. Sorry that every single now and then I got to say that, but it's because, man, they don't want this message out here, y'all. They don't. I swear, like this morning when I got up and I looked at YouTube and I was just listening to what some of the people were saying on this subject, and I just felt like there was no knowledge. Nothing. No knowledge. But like, yeah, for the most part, Snoop just be posting some BS. I mean, every now and then, you know, he posted some real stuff, which you got to. But like I said, man, when I seen this type of stuff, I just said to myself, man, this dude has high influence. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank you for the more of the likes coming in. I appreciate that. All right, let's go, Gary. Let's hear what you got to say real quick. Jay-Z, he obviously does. Nas, definitely. Illmatic is one of my favorite albums of all time, and Nas is my favorite rapper. If people had to ask me who is my favorite rapper of all time, I think Nas. He's definitely in the top 3, that's for sure. I haven't watched the documentary Hip Hop Cop, but I have heard of it, and I will try to check that out. Yep, that's what we were talking about. We were talking about the mob lawyer. Snoop had the mafia behind him. He had the mafia behind him. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's go to the comments on TikTok. Yep, maybe that's when Snoop sold his soul with the song Murder Was the Case. That's definitely possibly when. Definitely. I definitely agree with you because I remember hearing that album. I think I was probably, a teenager at the time, somewhere around that. And I remember hearing that album and I was just like, I thought it was a strange album. Even as a teenager, I thought it was a strange album. I liked it. I mean, he had some beats on there. He had some tracks on there. But I even thought that I was like, yo, this is a strange album. Even the fact that he had him standing like over the fact that he was like already not here anymore. That like he was the one that got killed. It was a weird album. Kind of like the Machiavelli album. Both of those albums, Murder Was the Case by Snoop Dogg and Machiavelli, Don Kill Illuminati by Tupac or Machiavelli. Those are two of the strangest albums in hip hop. I suggest, as a matter of fact, since all of us, I feel, are in a collective consciousness right now, I feel that all of us should go back and listen to those albums this weekend. We should go back and listen to Machiavelli, and we should go back and listen to Murder Was the Case. Because a lot of this is going to probably make sense. And I'm sure there's a Diddy album out there, too, that might make sense. Which one was it? The Bad Boy Family? Let's just look up Puffy albums. After Biggie was murdered. What was the album that they dropped? I mean, maybe I gotta go to was it this one? No Way Out? The Family. I'm gonna go back and re-listen to this album. But released in 97. So this was probably right after the time of what happened to Biggie. But I think that this album right here, The Family, No Way Out, I think he might have been saying some stuff on this album. So we'll see. Yeah, those might be 3 albums that we got to go back and listen to. Machiavelli, No Way Out, and Murder Was the Case. They might be saying something on those albums. And what I'm saying is that they're not going to tell you everything word for word. You're going to have to know how to read between the lines. Okay? Okay, y'all? You're going to have to know how to read between the lines. All right, I got some people that might be coming over pretty soon. Y'all tell me, man. Should we keep this chat going? Should we keep it going or should we stop this? Because we had about 2.5 hours. I really thank y'all that have stayed on. I thank you guys so much that have stayed on. Okay, just killing it. Yep. I thought you said Suge is a snitch at first, but yes, no. Suge is definitely not a snitch. I do not think Suge is a snitch. I think that that's some of the reason why Suge is in jail. I think Suge is in jail because he just will not snitch, and he just knows so many secrets and won't say anything. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All y'all, like we building a community here. Slim, I'm sorry, Simone, Just Killing It, Lil Duck, and then a few others of you that were up in here earlier. We all we're creating a community here. That's why it's important that y'all like, subscribe, and follow. Isn't that the purpose? That was the original purpose of social media. The original purpose of social media is to build a community. Thank you for some of the likes that have come in on YouTube. Let me know if I should keep this going or if we should stop it. But yes, you're right. He had a mob lawyer that was with him. You absolutely right. Was he mad? Was he mad that Tupac was dating his daughter? Yeah, he was. You're right. He didn't want his daughter dating a thug rapper. Tupac was the one that made the word thug famous, right? Yeah. And Simone, yeah, definitely go check that book out. But you know what though? Hold on. Let me make sure I'm just going through the comments. Also, by the way, when you guys what's it called? Buy the books, go to Amazon and buy the books used. Okay? As long as the book doesn't have writing all throughout it, because I don't like books with writing all on them. As long as it doesn't have any writing on it, usually they'll say it in the description that it's in fairly decent condition. You can probably buy that book for like $2-3. This is what I usually do. This is knowledge. You want to talk about knowledge of self, knowledge of power? I'm going to tell y'all, not everything is on the internet. Okay? Not everything is on the internet. I learned this when I started reading. I mean, when I started, let me rephrase that, because I've always been reading, thankfully. But when I started reading the books that the schools didn't teach me, okay? When I started reading the books that the schools didn't teach me, as a matter of fact, when I find out that a book has been banned from the school system, or the schools don't want you to know about this book, or it's been banned from government facilities, stuff like that, that's when I want to go get that book. That's why I got 48 Laws of Power. When I found out that government facilities banned books like that from military specialists and agents and people that were incarcerated, I'm like, why wouldn't they want them to read this book? So do you see that they banned the books? They don't want you reading. But let me tell you this, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, all the people that run the world, they all read books. So I think it's time that y'all go out there and y'all start reading a little bit more. And let me tell you this. What I usually do is I take something like $20, yo. Just $20. You could take that, right? Go to Amazon, look for the book Machiavelli, even though I also recommend that you get Think and Grow Rich. I highly recommend that you get that book and just buy all the books used. You could probably buy yourself like 5-6 books. Usually it's free shipping. Usually they're not even charging you for the book. They're just charging you for the shipping. So you're probably going to spend like $2 to $3, $2 to $5 maybe on a book. Have it shipped to you. Take about $20 and just buy like 3 or 4 books. So that way, once you finish one, you're like, boom, on to the next one. You know, like this is how I do it. I'll be like, all right, Machiavelli. Easy read. I'm going to read this. Like, I mean, I read so much. It's like working out now. It's like a muscle in your brain. It's like, I could read this book in a day if I really wanted to. Okay. I mean, look how thin it is. Like this book is not big at all. All right. So as soon as you finish this book, bam, you're going to move on to the next book. Bam. Think and Grow Rich. Boom. Got Think and Grow Rich. Boom. Move on to the next book. 100,000 Years of Unknown History. Boom. Go to that book. There's another book too. Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Go read that book. Great book. You read that book, you ain't going to believe in. Oh, wait, I don't want to say that. I don't. Wait, yeah, let's not get the video flag. We've been on for 2.5 hours. We don't want to get the video flag. But I was almost about to say, if you read The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, you won't even believe in the pandemic. Because he goes back and he talks about pandemics that have been going on for the last thousands of years. Y'all need to start doing the research that they're trying to keep away from us. The knowledge is out there. And the other thing I wanted to say is that not everything is on the internet. Thank you, Justin, or Just Killing It. I keep thinking your name is Justin when I read it carefully. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to be up on here, man. I hope you on YouTube too, Just Killing It. You need to get on YouTube as well because there's a lot more knowledge on YouTube than on TikTok. But like I said again, not all of the truth is on the internet. And you have to remember something. When people take books, when you're like, oh, I'll just read it on Kindle, or I'll just read it online. No, I actually suggest that you go and you get the book. Because when people go and they retype things They leave things out. And I think they do it purposely. Like if you read Think and Grow Rich, the newer version, it's completely different from the version that came out in the 30s. If I were you, I would try to get the version that's as far back as possible. Try to buy the version that he wrote when he was still alive. Try to buy that version or get as close to that date as possible because those are hard to find now. Why is it so hard to find that? We know why. Because they want to hide the truth. That's why. Can we get a few more likes on YouTube? Yes, Niccolo Machiavelli, the Prince. Yes, Shagley. That's the book that I'm talking about. Because we were talking about Tupac. This is the book that inspired Pac when he was in prison. Again, for y'all on TikTok, this is the book that inspired Pac to change his name to Machiavelli, to know how to come against his enemies. Yeah, and we're streaming live too, Just Killing It on YouTube as well. Please subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Just Killing It. I would really appreciate it. I would really thank you. And I got you when we do these talks live. Where are you guys located at, by the way? If you guys can put in the comment section, where are y'all commenting from? I'd like to know. I mean, I saw a couple of y'all from Brazil. I saw a couple of y'all from Romania. From those of you that are in the States, what city in the States are you in? I'm just curious. Cause maybe I'll put a tour together to where I could come see you guys. Hold on, just want to check something real quick. All right. Hold on just for a second. Got a call coming from my babe. Hold on for just a second. See if I told her I'm doing a stream. I don't know why she called. Hold on. Hold on just for a second, y'all. Hey, I'm doing the stream right now, babe. Do you want to just come through? I'm still doing it. Or why don't you just come through because I'm still going? Or you want me to call you? Yeah. All right, I'll call you back. All right. Sorry, y'all. That was my girl right there. It's like I told her. I said, I'm doing the stream. She said she wanted to come. I said, just come through. I'm doing the stream. Thank God I didn't get kicked off of TikTok. All right. Okay, where we at? London, England. Wow, Simpson, you in London, England, Simone. Shout you out. Shout out London. Yo, I was actually planning on going over there when I was in Europe, but I went through the time, speaking of pandemics, I went during the time of the pandemic, and yeah, they were like kind of tripping from going from Amsterdam to the UK because UK is only about 4 hours from Amsterdam, I believe, right? So I was about to hit the train to London, but I'm going to do that next time. I'm going to get over to London. So we definitely coming to London. So shout you out. Thank you. Just Killing It in AZ. What up? Arizona. What part of Arizona? I got family and friends in Arizona. Phoenix, Stockton. Definitely Phoenix, man. I might make a journey over to Phoenix for sure. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. You know, right now I'm in Austin, Texas. You know? Got it. All right. Oh, Earl Lawrence. You're in London too. Okay. Wow, man. We got a couple people from Phoenix over here on YouTube. So we got Just Killing It from Arizona on TikTok, but then we got Thunderdam Beats in Phoenix, Arizona on YouTube. Okay, so we got a couple people from Arizona. Dope. London, Earl Lawrence, you're in London too. Awesome, man. I hope some of y'all are going to follow and shout us out. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Please subscribe to the channel because like I said, we need to get this message out here. I appreciate it if you guys can like, this video to get this message out here because like I said, man, I do believe that the powers that be are trying to suppress this knowledge. And I'm gonna be out here pushing this knowledge. I mean, I know on beatGrade we do a lot of things, man. We do a lot of things. We talk about producers. We talk about how to make money in the music industry. We talk about conspiracies going on in the music industry. We do a lot of things, man. And for those of you that have been following the channel for a while, I just want to say this to YouTube real quick. For those of you on YouTube that have been following the channel, I know we did a top 10. And we're going to go back to that because that's one of my favorite series. But for those of you that are wondering why we don't do the top 10 producers as much anymore, it's because we kept getting flagged so much, man. They kept trying to take our videos down. And I just got tired of fighting the record industries so much. I mean, it wasn't like that before on YouTube. You know, we started doing the top 10s, which is basically, for those of you on TikTok that don't know, it's basically where we take our favorite producers like Dr. Dre, Pete Rock, DJ Premier, Dilla, all of our favorite producers, the legendary historical producers of all time, and we take their top 10 beats, right? And we would put that on YouTube. In the beginning, it was cool when we started doing the series, which I started doing like over 5 years ago. Looking back, I'm like, damn, I didn't even think I was doing it that long. And it was a great discussion. The comments were great. Me working with the team and coming with the ideas of like, well, which beat is better than that beat? And which one would you consider the greatest beat that producer made? It was a great series, and it is a great series. And we're going to continue to bring that back. But let me say something. We weren't getting paid off of it. Okay? Shout out to you, Christopher, Mesa, Arizona. Shout you out, man. We weren't getting paid. Okay, so first of all, the videos weren't getting monetized. So that's a hard thing to do, to just keep pushing this content and you're not making any money off of it. And like I said, we didn't start doing this for the money. The money just started to come, which is a blessing. And thank you. And thank all of y'all that support the channel and follow and subscribe. But my point is this, is that through the years, which I'm sure a lot of you are aware of, YouTube has gotten stricter. Okay? And TikTok could be going in this direction soon too, because I remember back in the days on TikTok, you could just put a video out and it would just go viral. Now it's like, it seems like they're controlling what goes viral. Isn't that funny? Yo, for those of y'all that remember the MySpace days, remember that you could just post anything on the internet and there's a possibility that it could just go viral. Now it's like, I don't see videos going viral like the way they used to. It seems like the videos that do go viral are some dumb videos like Mr. Beast out on a sea for 30 days. Like, who cares, man? Who cares about that? Like, okay, Mr. Beast, they say the greatest YouTuber. Yeah, man, that might have been cool back in the days that you had like this little game show thing that you were doing. You study game shows all day, and now your YouTube channel has become a game show. But really, man, other than the fact that he did that thing in Africa where he built those wells in Africa, and that's something that I want to research too on later on. I want to research Mr. Beast, because that guy, I don't know, man. Like, he seems genuine, but there's also something that seems a little off about him too. Like, his YouTube channel he has like the biggest YouTube channel, right? He has like over 300,000 followers. And I know y'all want me to get back to Pac and Big on YouTube. I'm going to get back to that. I just want to say real quick, the reason why I'm telling y'all this is because we don't get our content pushed like that, because we're not out there doing mindless, stupid stuff. We actually out here speaking about knowledge and truth. So that's why it's very helpful for those of y'all that support us in the chats, that y'all do the super chats, like, subscribe. I mean, you guys can send $1. Even $1 helps. Thank you to those that have sent the roses. Thank you to those on TikTok that have supported. Thank you to those on Facebook who have sent the stars. Thank you to those that have liked and subscribed. I really do appreciate y'all, and that's why I'm doing these lives, because I want to let y'all know that I'm out here communicating with y'all, and I'm out here speaking to y'all, and I'm out here reading your comments. Because why? Because like you said, Simone, I'm down, I'm passionate, and I'm for the culture, and this is real to me. I didn't get into this business just for the money, okay? But we all do have bills to pay. So if you guys can follow, like, subscribe, hit the notification, it pushes the video out more, and it helps us to be able to do this content. Let me tell y'all something. If you guys can start sending some more super chats and liking and subscribing and sharing this to your people, we might be able to bring that top 10 series back faster. And we ain't going to do the top 10 series for the money, because trust me, we ain't making no money off of that. That is strictly for the culture. And I hope that you guys understand that. Because I'd love to go after all these record companies that are trying to take our videos down. Why? Because we're spreading knowledge about who the dope producers are. We ain't even making no money off of that. But man, like I said, so this is why YouTube has changed, and we need y'all to like, subscribe, so we can get the message out there. Because like I said, man, I'm really starting to think that they are trying to suppress the information. They're trying to suppress the information, man. And anytime they try to suppress the information, it's like Kanye said when he was running for president. What? Black people can't think for ourselves? Like, oh, Kanye, you shouldn't run for president. You know why? Because you're going to split the black vote, is what he said. So because Kanye is running for president, now black people are not going to be sure who to vote for. And like, that could be some truth in that. But then again, it's also like, damn, that sounds kind of racist. That like black people aren't smart enough to know, wait, who do I want to vote for? Do I want to vote for Biden, or do I want to vote for Kanye West? If you're a Democratic Party. But I think most black people are now changing to be Republicans. But like I said, this is not going to be a political, religious discussion. We'll get into those later. I think I'll start doing those next year. Because there's so many other topics going on that we can't just talk about hip hop all the time. But let me say this though, y'all. Hip hop is connected to all that. Religion, politics, it's all related to hip hop. Hip hop runs the world. And to go back to, I believe, Just Killing It, you said that in order to control the youth, you have to control the music. And you're so right, man. Because even Tom Morello said, when they got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for Rage Against the Machine, he even said that music can change the world. Music can change the world, man. And it has, and it does. So yeah, I want y'all to remember that, man. Remember that music changes things. It changes the environment, it changes the world, and it changes the consciousness. Let me ask y'all just a quick question before we jump off this call. We're almost at 10,000 likes on TikTok. Yo, I think that's the most likes I've ever gotten on a live. Is 10,000. I really hope that y'all are following, liking, subscribing, and doing all that stuff. Because like I said, it helps get the message out there. And thank y'all to all y'all that have liked this video so far. I told you I was going to go in today. I was meditating on this for like 2 or 3 days. So I hope I'm giving y'all the real right now. I hope y'all are enjoying what you're seeing so far. Let me read your comment. Ice Cube is going through it too. Yep, with the basketball teams. They're trying to stop him. Yep, you're right. With the big three. I heard about that. And let's not also forget that Ice Cube also came with his, what was it, the Black American contract or the American Black contract, something, which is basically his version of the Constitution, which he's right. The Constitution needs to be rewritten. The Constitution wasn't written for us. And not only was the Constitution not only written for us, even if it was written for us, it was written back in the 1700s. Can we all agree that maybe it's a little outdated now? Can we all agree that? Maybe the Constitution is a little outdated. Maybe it needs to be rewritten. So yeah, I agree with Ice Cube. Like, he's going through his stuff too. You see, and why is it that the rappers of that generation are trying to change things? But there was another thing though, that Jason Whitlock, if you guys know who Jason Whitlock is, he said that rappers have done nothing for the black community, that there's no black banks, there's no real black businesses, no black funders. Which he's right. The one thing that stuck out to me was that he's right. We have no black banks. If Asian people want to go get money, they have their own banks, the Bank of Hope and all those banks. If Jewish people want to go get money, and let me tread carefully with the words that I'm saying. If Jewish people want to get money, they got their own banks. Bank of America and all those banks and all those other banks, which I'm sure are ran by predominantly them, to where they can get the funding for their businesses and all that stuff. But where do we go if we got ideas and we say, hey, I need funding? Who do we go to get our money? Unless you have a direct line to Jay-Z or Diddy or Russell Simmons, who can we go to for money to fund our business ventures? And supposedly there are there's these programs out there that fund black businesses. But what are these black businesses? Like hair products, skin products, skincare. That's all cool. We all need that too. But what about some of us that have ideas for, hey, I just want to start a record company. I think the music is trash, and I believe that I could find better rappers out there. Can y'all give me $10 million so I can go start my record business? Like, I got ideas. I got ideas to run a record company. I believe that I could run a record company. I believe that it could be successful too. I believe that I could put out conscious rappers and be successful. Just give me the money. Just give me the money to push it. That's all I need. Just give me the money to pay off the radio stations. Just like the Grammys got money from the record label to give Ice Spice a Grammy nomination. Let me ask y'all a question, man, real quick. Side note. How in the world does Ice Spice have a Grammy nomination? And you know what's really funny? Let's look this up real quick. Did Tupac... I already know the answer to this, but I'm just doing it for you guys. Did Tupac win a Grammy? No. I mean, we can go right to their website real quick. You know what's really funny is that Tupac never won a Grammy. Was he nominated? I guess he was. Rap album, rap solo performance. Jay-Z's the rapper I think that won the most Grammys. Biggie never won a Grammy either. Look, Tupac. This is the Grammy website. This is why they try to take my stuff down, because they don't like it when I tell you guys things like this. That Tupac Shakur never won a Grammy. Let's go to Notorious B.I.G. Notorious B.I.G. also has 0 wins for the Grammy, right? Let's go to, I mean, I guess we don't even have to pull it up like that. We could just do it like this. Notorious B.I.G. 0 wins right here. 4 nominations, 0 wins. Let's go to another classic. Eric B. and Rakim. Or is it and? Can't even find them in the Grammys, right? But let's go to oh, is it right there? Sorry, y'all. Let me just check one more time. Eric B. and I thought they got a nomination. So I guess if you didn't get a nomination, you're like not even searchable on the Grammys. Like Eric B. and Rakim, we all know, should definitely be somewhere here. What about Tribe? Did Tribe ever win a Grammy? Wow. Can y'all believe that? Tribe Called Quest never won a Grammy. That is crazy. I gotta say that is kind of crazy, y'all. That is really crazy. Come on, man. Midnight Marauders. We already know that should have got a Grammy. Yo, for those of you on TikTok that can't see this, Tribe Called Quest never got a Grammy. Okay, so Ice Spice is up for 4 nominations. Best Rap Song, Barbie World. Best Song Written for Visual Media, Barbie World. She might get one of those, man, because Barbie was such a big movie. Nomination, Best New Artist. I could kind of see that. Best Pop Dual Performance. We all knew that Karma was trash. We all know that this is trash. Okay, so y'all gonna tell me that they ain't getting paid off? The Grammys is paying these people off, yo. Or I'm sorry, they're getting paid off by the record companies to get these Grammy nominations, to keep the agenda pushing, to keep what's in the mainstream. This is ridiculous, yo. Let me just go back to reiterate that Ice Spice has 4 Grammy nominations and Eric B and Rakim have 0. And they are like the pioneers of what rap is today. It's terrible, man, what they're doing to our culture. Let me see. Let me go through some of these comments real quick, and then I think we about to jump off here. I think I'm going to push it for another 10 minutes. I would like to get a few more likes on the YouTube. I would like to get a few more subscribers if you guys haven't subscribed already. Let me check the stats real quick. We're going to come back to that, to those beautiful women. Give me a second. And it's funny because I hear some music getting played right now. And let me just say this. Have y'all noticed that all the beats have the same tempo? They all like all the mainstream beats that are coming out right now, it's all the same trap sound. It's all the same tempo, the boom, boom with the 808 and the snare. And it's like the same frequency. It's the same vibe. And it's like once you hear that frequency, it automatically like puts you in a mood if you haven't noticed yet. It puts you in a mood. Yo, it's that same frequency. Okay? So I'm just saying, man, it's clear. It's clear to me that the record industry wants to control the masses by putting out a certain type of music, by putting out a certain type of rap. There's only a certain type of rap that gets out there, like the 21 Savage, the Drake. And it's just like, come on, man. I listened to 21 Savage's verse. And don't get me wrong, man. I kind of like 21 Savage. I kind of like him. But it's like, he ain't saying nothing in his music, man. All he's talking about is doing drugs and getting and having sex. Getting some head. That's all he's talking about. Doing drugs, getting head. That's all. That's like I've listened to enough 21 Savage songs to. That's all I think I've heard him say. I don't think I really heard him say anything. Maybe other than that song a lot. That was it. Travis Scott, same thing. I like Travis Scott, but come on, man. The album Utopia ain't saying a damn thing. And can we just do that real quick? Best rap album. This will be for next year, right? Grammy nominees. Her Loss, Drake, 21 Savage, Metro Boomin, Heroes and Villains, Utopia, Travis Scott, Michael, I Could See That, and Nas Again. Come on, hip hop. We got to do better. We got to do better, yo. We could do better. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. This is just weird. It's weird how much they've infiltrated this music industry and how much they've infiltrated hip hop. It's not the music industry. It's just hip hop itself, how much it's been infiltrated. All right, let me go ahead and go through some of your comments. If we can get a few more likes, that'll be great. A few more followers would be great. That would be great. I hope you guys are liking and subscribing on the channel, on the YouTube. Let me just hear what these beautiful women had to say. Look at Jessica Alba and Cassie right here real quick.
I've been through a lot in my life and done a lot of crazy things and a lot of great things. But
they did a live call.
They take the cake on just having made me a better person. And as cheesy as that sounds, I don't know. It's my favorite transition that I've ever had in my life is becoming a mom.
Yeah, I would say that I actually don't think it sounds cheesy at all. I think for me, it was like the first time it really hit me that I needed to keep somebody else alive. I was like, whoa.
Okay, so this is after the whole Diddy thing. You see these two beautiful women, Jessica Alba and Cassie? Yo, let me ask y'all a question. Do you have to be super rich to pull a woman like this? Maybe not, because she had the child with this trainer. But still, she met him through Diddy. So it's like, would she have met that guy if it wasn't for Diddy? Probably not. Or most likely not. You got to be in the room with the elite people, man. You got to be in the room with the elite people. All right, let's go through these comments. Let's go through these comments real quick. I'm going to go through the TikTok comments, and then I'm going to go through the YouTube comments. All right, shout out Arizona. Shout out London, England. Shout out Brazil. And shout out Romania. Yeah, Snoop buying Death Row was an interesting move. Yep. I'm gonna jump on that subject too real quick before I jump off. I'm glad that you said that, man. Yeah, that teaching our girls to only think with their bodies and not their minds. So true, man. So true. Thank you. Just killing it. You are just killing it, man. You killing it today with the knowledge. For those of you on TikTok, go follow Just Killing It, man. Seems to know what he's talking about. All right, let me go to Earl Dedat Lawrence on YouTube. Okay, here we go. Did a lot of research on Bambaataa. I wanted to talk about this too. I actually got African Bambaataa that did a drop for beatGrade, just to let you know. And then a lot of people were telling me, oh, you need to take that video down. I was just like, okay, but it's African Bambaataa shouting us out. And it was before the allegations. So I feel like I have a right to have that video up because it was before the charges came out when I filmed it. Come on. We all know that after the charges came out with African Bambaataa, he disappeared off the face of the earth. He probably went back to Africa. All right. So what does it say? Did quite a lot of research when the Bambaataa scandal dropped on my channel, which led me to the Temple of Hip Hop. Okay. With KRS-One and other cults. What about the Hip Hop Museum? And yes, hip hop is a religion. Yes, shout you out, man. KRS-One, who you know we did the viral interview. Go check that out on our YouTube channel. Those of you on TikTok, go check out the video that I did with KRS-One. That was one of the videos that made me realize that they don't want the truth to come out. I did an interview with KRS-One back in 2010, 2009, somewhere around there. So it's been a while. Right? Almost 15 years. Wow. We did that interview. The funny thing is that I didn't release the interview until about 4 or 5 years later, which is funny. That jewel had just been sitting in my backpack. Luckily, the video never got distorted. Luckily, the camera never broke because you know how these things can happen. And I was just sitting on my laptop one day and I said, you know what? I think I'm going to upload this video to YouTube. Next thing I know, the video goes viral. Like literally viral. Not just on YouTube, but on Facebook as well. It had about 2 million hits. Actually, I'm sorry. It had 4 million on Facebook. And it had about 2 million or 1.5 million on YouTube at the time. This is back in the days, I think, when like you could go viral on Facebook a lot easier. And YouTube, right? I feel personally that if I would have did that interview today, I don't think that it would have done anything. I think that if I would have did that interview today and put it out, I think that it probably would have only got maybe like 10, maybe 20,000 hits, which still isn't bad, but that's not great compared to millions. Okay. And I noticed that the video was going viral. It was just going viral. It was going viral, right? Like 4 million. I remember like we was looking at Facebook, me and the homies, we were just like, damn, this is like Lady Gaga numbers right here, yo. Like we looked at the page, it was at 100,000. We refreshed it, it was at 200,000. Refreshed it again, it was at 500,000. Refreshed it again, it was at 800,000. Refreshed it again, it was like literally like that. No exaggeration. It wasn't like I was sitting there and I came back and checked it a few hours later. No, it was like every second it was. It was crazy. Okay? YouTube. Go to youtube.com/beatgrade. That's BEATGRADE. Beat, like a music beat, and grade, like you grade a paper in school. beatGrade. Go to youtube.com/beatgrade. It's on the homepage. You'll see the video right there where I interviewed KRS-One. And I asked him about the powers that be. I asked him about Jay-Z. I asked him about Kanye. And this is before Jay-Z and Kanye even did Watch the Throne. So you can see that my mind and KRS, we were tapped in. We were ahead of the time. That is a classic interview. And I know it's a classic interview because I even have people at YouTube that work at YouTube that contacted me and said that, you know what, beatGrade, they said that this is one of the best videos on YouTube. Sound the alarm. The people at YouTube told me that this is one of the best videos on YouTube. And I still believe that it is. There is so much knowledge in that video, in that like 9-minute video or so. You guys should go back and watch that because KRS is dropping so much knowledge in that video if you haven't seen it already. Maybe I should just go to my channel right here so you guys can see it. Yeah, so if you go to our channel, this video right here, the KRS One explains, sorry, I don't want to say that word. You see, and that's the reason why I don't want to say that word no more. Because there was this video and another video I did where I do a talk on this one, the 25 facts, the mind control in hip hop. This video right here, where that video had that word in it. And I noticed that the video was getting a lot of hits, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. It was like somebody just came in and just stopped it. Just like, oh, stop. And I'm like, wait. How does this video go to getting 4 million with an M, 4 million views to just now getting 20? And then I had somebody say, hey, you know what? Your video's been shadow banned. I was like, oh, for real? They're like, yeah, man, I searched your video and it comes up nowhere. I said, oh, really? They did that, man? He's like, yeah, man. They shadow banned your video. So I reached out to YouTube and I said, yo, what's up? People are telling me that they can't find the video. They're searching for the video and they can't find it. And then YouTube, of course, said, oh, no, we didn't do that. We didn't shadow ban your video. So then I said, oh, yeah? So you know what I did? I got on a different computer and I searched it and I couldn't find it myself. I took screenshots. I notified them on Twitter and told them about it. And they still were just like, oh, yeah, well, no. I'm like, well, how did the video go from getting like 10,000 views a day to now it's only getting like 30 to 100? That don't make. So, especially a video that did that well at that time. And I still believe that the video is relevant today. So that's why I tell y'all, man, I need y'all help with the support of the channel, the likes, the follows, the subscribes, the super chats. We need y'all help, man. All right, so let me talk about Temple of Hip Hop, man. I almost joined the Temple of Hip Hop too. To let you know too, by the way. Well, I prefer good question. I prefer that you check the video out on YouTube because the people that put it on Facebook actually tried to steal the video from me. I'm gonna drop the link right here on the chat for you. Hopefully, I just dropped the link in the chat right there on YouTube. The KRS One interview. Let me just make sure it's there. Yeah. Powerful interview. I prefer that you watch it on YouTube because that goes directly to me. The people that stole it on Facebook was actually a record company. It was actually a record company that stole my video and posted it on Facebook. So they had a big following. I think that's probably what also helped it to get 4 million hits in such a small time. But yeah, I put it in the chat, so go check that out. And as a matter of fact, speaking of Temple of Hip Hop, that's the reason how I was able to get that interview was because at the time I was working with Temple of Hip Hop, and you might see some of those guys in the video because there is a short second. I forgot his name. It was years ago, but like where I pan to the audience, and some of the people that you see sitting in the audience are members of the Temple of Hip Hop. So you know. There we go. Oh, RC Productions. I see you on YouTube. Thank you for the $5, man. Shout out RC. Shout out RC, man. For the 5, man. Thank you, fam. I appreciate you, yo. Because that's what we doing, man. We're talking about the knowledge here, man, that they trying to suppress. Thank you, fam. I really appreciate you. RC Productions, y'all should go check out his music. And by the way, like I said, for those of you producers out here, we ain't done. We ain't forgot about y'all. We working on another beatGrade. We working on another beatGrade. It's just with the way things are going in the world right now, sometimes we got to just switch into different directions. You know what I'm saying? We got to switch the directions that we're in. And right now, I remember I used to work at the radio station pretty popular radio station. And I remember one of the DJs that was working there, he was like one of the biggest hip hop radio stations at the time. And then he stopped playing hip hop. And he was playing real hip hop too. He wasn't playing trash hip hop. It was like back like late 90s, early 2000. And he said he stopped playing hip hop. He started playing the samples. He started playing the original samples of where all the rappers and producers were getting their music from. And then what was it? A lot of people started asking, why are you not playing hip hop anymore? We want to hear the hip hop. And you know what he told us? I didn't say that to him because I like it all. I'm a producer myself. So when he was playing all the samples, I was just like, oh, dope. I'll sample that. I could flip that a different way. Oh, what record was that you played? Oh, can you give me a copy of that record? So I was loving it. When he was playing all the samples, I was loving it. But a lot of people were saying, we don't want to hear that. We want to hear the rap. We don't want to hear music from the 70s. We want to hear the rap. And you know what he said? He said the same thing that I want to share with y'all today. That I want to share with y'all today. He said, people need education. And I feel that that's where I'm at right now, man. I feel like that's where I'm at right now, man. We need education, man. Like, this hip hop thing has gone so underground. So underground. And I'm not even going to get on into it in this stream. I might do another stream tomorrow on Sunday because Sunday, and man, thank y'all, man. Thank you guys. I'm almost there on TikTok. We almost had 10,000 likes on TikTok. I want to get this to 10,000 likes. And shout you out again, RC Productions. I really appreciate you, fam. Thank you. We're going to keep doing this, man. And I hope y'all are in tune. I hope y'all are sharing. I hope y'all are liking and subscribing and telling people what's up. Thank you, fam. I really appreciate that, man. So before I jump off this call, because I think I exceeded my goals for the most part. I mean, I would have liked a few more followers on TikTok. But it's okay. Those of you that are following, I appreciate you. Those of you that are subscribed, I appreciate you. Those of you that are sending in money, sending in donations, I appreciate you. Yes, that video with the KRS, you should definitely check that out. It's one of the best videos on YouTube. You could just go to beatGrade on YouTube and you'll see the video right there on the homepage. The reason why I brought that up is because Earl the Dat Lawrence said hip hop is a religion. It is. And even Erykah Badu said in one of her songs, it's bigger than religion, hip hop. It is, man. It's bigger than religion. It's bigger than the government. It's bigger than politics. I mean, come on, man. What are these presidents doing? These presidents are getting rappers like Snoop Dogg and Lil Wayne and all these other rappers to try to convince you on who you should vote for. That's why I said, man, it's about to get lit. It's about to get lit next year. That's why I'm getting ready to do these videos now. Because I'm telling you right now, man, by the time we hit next year and we going into this election, and I know that hip hop is going to be a big part of this election, I want to be right here on these streams with y'all, man. I want to be in it. That's why I'm starting now. So I'm just letting you know, like, don't think that we just doing this right now and it's just like, oh, okay, just doing a little stream right now and then boom here. No. We're doing this stream now because it's about to be on, yo. It's about to go crazy. So, yo, hip hop is a religion, and I'm thinking that Sundays are going to be my days when I stream for more of the religious topics of hip hop. But KRS is right, man. Hip hop is a religion, and he was talking about Egypt. This is one of the reasons why I went to Egypt. Let me show you on my Twitter real quick. I put the picture of me up in the pyramids, thankfully. And yo, I think I've been on this call way too long to where I need to get some water and stuff. Look, this is a picture of me in Egypt. Greatest picture. As you see, there's like nobody in the background. There's nobody in the background. Because you know why? Because this was during the pandemic. So people were afraid to travel. Not me. Perfect time to travel. Nobody was at the pyramids. Yo, I had the whole pyramids to myself. You're talking to a guy that had the pyramids of Egypt, the great pyramids of Giza, to himself. I was so mesmerized by this. I went there 3 or 4 times. I can't even remember. I know it was at least 3 times. I went there so much. Thank you for the likes, y'all. I went there so much that the people that worked at the pyramids recognized me. They're like, oh, yeah, you, I remember you. Yeah, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. I went there and meditated, which I have videos of that I haven't even put up yet. I'm going to put those videos up of me meditating. Boom, we just hit our goal. 10,000 likes on TikTok. Thank y'all, man. We're hitting goals on this live. We're hitting goals here. Thank y'all for the likes, man. 10,000 likes. We hit a new record. You know, it's funny you say that, just killing it. I was actually thinking about that before Suge did the whole podcast. I actually was already thinking of interviewing Suge. But now that he's doing the podcast, I don't know. It might be kind of hard to interview him. But I just want to say this real quick. KRS-One, who I think is like the Malcolm X of hip hop, he basically said that he believes that what was going on in Egypt is still happening today. And that hip hop is the resurrection of what was going on in Egypt, of the higher consciousness. And let's remember, y'all, what's really funny to me is that they try to say that Egyptians are not black. That's the dumbest thing that I hear in America. Let me tell you this. Do y'all know where Egypt is located? It's located in Africa. Now, I understand some people are going to say that black is not a skin color. It's African. I've heard that argument. We're not going to go on to all that right now. All I want to do is just tell you that if you can do your geography, Egypt is located in Africa, which is where our ancestors come from. Okay? So I want to let y'all know, and thank y'all for the likes. I really hope that some of y'all could follow the TikTok too as well. Or the YouTube. I prefer the YouTube. My goal is to get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube before the end of this year. So if you guys can help with that, that would be great. That's my goal. I want to get 100,000. You know what's funny is that I said to myself once, I said, I want to get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube and then I'm going to retire. Not retire, but, you know, just maybe not do it as much anymore. But now I kind of feel like once we get to 100,000 subscribers, I feel like we're just getting started. I feel like we're just getting started when we get there. But let me hit that horn better. KRS talks about how in Egypt, what was going on over there is probably in the consciousness of hip hop, because early rappers like African Bambaataa, KRS-One, Wu-Tang, and a bunch of other rappers that I don't even have to get into right now, we're talking about all of this. And what I wonder sometimes is what happened to where that message just got completely taken out of hip hop. It just got completely taken out. Don't y'all find that a little interesting? The whole knowledge of what was going on with the hieroglyphics and hip hop and Egypt and Egyptian culture and philosophy, which from the Europeans, which was brought over to Americans. You know, we got the Washington Monument in Washington, the obelisk, which comes from Egypt. So they straight stole our symbols and put them up in this country, pretending that they were the ones that designed this. And then you go back and you do your research. This is why I tell all Americans, you should go overseas at least once if you haven't already. Because then once you get over there, you're going to see, they're like, oh, y'all. I found it so interesting that when I was in Rome, I made it to Paris. Yes, niggas in Paris. I made it to Paris, right? And I saw a Sphinx out there with white faces. And I said to myself, school books, do they show you that? But you got to go to Paris to see that. I don't remember the exact streets. I plan to go back there, but there's a place in Paris, France, for those of you that don't know. But there's a place over there where they got Sphinx, like how you see the Sphinx standing behind me, but it has African features. There's Sphinx that have white features. I found that so crazy. I was like, yo, man, they really trying to like take our knowledge and hide it from us. So you're going to tell me that there's an obelisk, if I'm saying it correctly. How do you pronounce it? Let me just make sure I'm saying it right. Obelisk. Is that how you say it?
Obelisk.
Yeah. This is actually the one that's in France that I saw. This is one of them. See, I'm about to show y'all some history right here that they ain't teaching in school. There's an obelisk. Now, this is also compared to the Washington Monument, right? This is the obelisk that's in Paris. And look, it has all the Egyptian hieroglyphics on it. For those of you on TikTok, you can see this on YouTube. This is in Paris, all right? I saw this when I was in Paris, France. Now, y'all see I can't be making this up because how was I able to pull this up so quick? Why is this in Paris? Even with the Egyptian hieroglyphics on it. Right? And then the top part, they made it like silver, diamond. The all-seeing eye, right? And then there's also one in Washington, right? We know the Washington Monument. See, when you say obelisk, that comes up, right? But let's just go real quick. Washington Monument. Okay? We all know that, right? But this is what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. This is Egyptian culture right here. This that's in DC. Now, Farrakhan talked about this at the Million Man March, right? And I suggest that you guys go back and watch that too as well. I went back and I watched that speech and I was like, damn, that's still relevant today. He was talking about Biggie and Pac and all of them and how they need to change the rap and stop all the beef. This was like 94 or something. I'm like, yo, how relevant is that? I can't believe that I got 10.8 thousand likes on TikTok. We're almost at 11,000. Jeez. Thank y'all. I hope you guys are following. All right. This is Egyptian knowledge right here, Egyptian culture. So right here in Washington, D.C., where supposedly the president resides and all these people, you're going to tell me that you got the Washington Monument right here by the Lincoln Memorial Museum. And it's like right here in our politics, symbols that they took from Africa, that they took from Egypt. Okay? Like this whole thing where you see the Lincoln Memorial, that's basically like Roman, that's all European inspired, but probably also Egyptian inspired as well. So we clearly, which is also interesting that they have the red eye on top of the pyramid right there, on top of the obelisk, right? And you guys are going to tell me that this consciousness is in politics and it's right here in Washington, D.C. at the Capitol, but it's nowhere in our music and it's nowhere talked about in our culture. That to me is mind-boggling, yo. And thank you. Shout out to the likes. We just hit 11,000. We just hit 11,000 likes on TikTok. Wow. Wow, y'all are going in today on TikTok, man. Usually I find TikTok to be a different level of intelligence, but today, man, y'all are on it today on TikTok, man. Thank you. And thank you guys for the likes coming in on beatGrade. I appreciate y'all. Yeah. Yep, I'm ready too, man. Thank you, Earl Dedat Lawrence. If you on TikTok and YouTube, I appreciate you. Thank you, Thunderdam Beats, for the picture. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, man, it was an amazing time to be in Egypt, man. I suggest that all y'all go to Egypt at least once in your life. I'm gonna and the reason why I went was because Malcolm X said that. I read Malcolm X's book. Well, I didn't read the whole thing, but I read some of it. I'm gonna go back and read Malcolm X's autobiography. That's another book that we need to check out, by the way. I think I might start a book club. For real. I think I might start a book club. But yeah, y'all need to go back and reread that. Because Malcolm X had said that every man, as long as you're able and capable to do it, should go to Egypt at least once in his lifetime, because that's where all the knowledge starts. That's where everything comes from. All the great leaders, all the people that have ever ran the world. We can even go back to Napoleon. I wonder if they're going to portray this in the movie with Joaquin Phoenix. I'm about to go see this movie, Napoleon. Let me pull it up real quick on a different tab. I've never been really that excited to see new movies that are coming out, but the Napoleon movie that's coming out, well, this is Napoleon, but what's the movie? With Joaquin Phoenix, because you know Joaquin Phoenix is a great actor. We all know that, right? Look, it's already playing now. Doesn't look like it got good ratings though. Okay, good. They got a picture of him at the Sphinx. Napoleon even went to Egypt. You know what I'm saying? He went to Egypt. Now, what was he doing in Egypt? Hopefully, the movie will portray that, but I don't expect the movie to tell us what he was doing in Egypt. Wish I could make that a little bit bigger, but whatever. But that's dope that one of the that's stupid that they did it like that. That's dope that at least they have a picture of him by the Sphinx. Now, I got to go back and do some more research on this, but yeah, it's a little bit better. Okay, Ridley Scott, who we know is a great director, and Joaquin Phoenix, who we know is a great actor, you know, did the Joker, all that stuff, right? You know that this movie is about to be real, man. Now, I don't know if they're going to go into detail, but from this picture right here with them having Napoleon in front of the Sphinx lets me know that maybe they're going to speak some truth in this. I'm going to go see this movie. As a matter of fact, I might go see this movie tonight. Yo, my girl wants to go on a date. I guess maybe this is something we can do tonight. I think I might go see this movie tonight. If not, I'm going to see it this weekend. Why? Because I need to get the knowledge from this movie. I got to see what they're talking about on this movie. But I'm going to tell you right now, man. All the great leaders, the great conquerors of the world, they all went to Egypt because they know that that's where the knowledge is. And I find it so interesting. And I'm going to say this without saying racist because believe me, I'm not. But I am speaking truth. I find that white people and other races study our culture more than we do. They study our culture more than we do. Because I'm almost thinking that we have been hypnotized so much to where, so I'm just doing that on Facebook. Yeah, I feel like we're doing it so much, man, that, what's it called, man? It's just, we don't even study our own culture, yo. And I think it's because of what one of the people had said in the chats. They said, oh, you know what it is? That we basically have been brainwashed to not do research. It's almost like we don't even go and take the time to look up other rappers. We just want to look up all the rappers that are being pushed to our face. Like, for instance, some of my friends and my girl and some people, I'm like, yo, what y'all want to do? What you guys want to get into? Which rappers you want to go? Oh, I want to go see this rapper. I want to go see that rapper. I want to go see this rapper. It's like all the rappers you're talking about are all the rappers that are mainstream right now. Are there any rappers that you might want to see that aren't super famous? I mean, I understand Kendrick Lamar could be one, but other than them, like, all you want to do is you just want to see all these new rappers like 21 Savage and Drake. And I mean, even though Drake's not really a new rapper, but you know, he's working with all the new rappers because he wants to stay relevant. And that's what I'm saying. It's just like, that's what I see here, man. That's what I see here. And I find it funny that back in the days, like Biggie, Jay-Z, Pac, like Me Against the World by Pac, I think one of his first albums or his first solo, I don't think, or was it Tupac Applause Now? Which album in the chat, if y'all could tell me, which was Tupac's first album? Me Against the World or Tupac Applause? I think it was maybe Tupac Applause, right? I mean, I guess I could just look it up, right? I think Tupac Applause Now was his first album. Came out in 91. In case for those of you that don't know what the album cover looks like, this is it right here. And then when did he come out with Me Against the World? This was my favorite Pac album. Me Against the World. When did it come out? Came out in 95. So yeah, Tupac Applause Now was the first one. So yes, this is actually his better album. But I still don't think that he really got the push. He didn't get the push until he got signed to Death Row and he came out with the All Eyes on Me, which overshadowed this album completely. I mean, and this was like a much better album. Just the message, the beats, what he's talking about. I felt that it's a better album. So, you know, it's just like, I feel like rappers back in those days had to prove themselves and had to continue to prove themselves and got better with time and then got more famous and then became more mainstream. Whereas now it's backwards. It seems like these companies are giving these deals to these young rap kids that don't really know what they're talking about or nothing. And then after they ain't hot no more, now it's like they become underground and now they're dropping mixtapes. Like I'm like, wait. Meek Mill and Lil Wayne are dropping mixtapes? Wait, isn't it supposed to be the other way around? You're supposed to drop mixtapes and then you drop albums. But now it's going to the fact that now we got people dropping albums and now they're dropping mixtapes. Whatever, man. Crazy shit. But yeah, I really want to say thank y'all to everybody that jumped in on the stream. I think I'm about to hop up off of here. We really hit our goals. I want to say thank you to Thunderdam Beats. Thank you to Earl Dedat Lawrence. I hope you're subscribed and following. Thank you to Odd and Interesting. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Shagley. Thank you, Gary Smith. Thank you, Michael X. And I like that last name, X. Thank you, Asadi Fassi. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Those of you that didn't comment, that liked and subscribed, I really hope that you're following. We're going to do more of these. Thank you so much, Simone. You were a big part of this stream. I really thank you. Please, if you guys can like more, subscribe, follow, so we can get more content out there. We can continue to keep doing this because like I said, y'all, this is not easy to do. I sometimes feel that maybe they're trying to shut some of us down. But I feel like, you know what? I don't want to just play it safe, man. I feel like we should talk about these things. We should be able to speak about these things, you know? So shout out to Luli Dinastia out in Brazil. Again, obrigado from you. I appreciate you. Shout out to Above Average and Beyond, man. We got a lot of people up on here. Shout out to Roger Stubbs. Yeah, true. Shout out to Ahmad Muhammad. I shout you out. Shout out to my people that were on TikTok. Shout out again to Simone. Shout out to, of course, Just Killing It. Shout out to Lil Duck. I appreciate you, fam. I appreciate all of y'all. We're going to be jumping on these a lot more. Who knows? Maybe I'll do another call later. I mean, there'll be other topics that I'll talk about. There's other things I want to talk about. Thank you, fam. They bought hip hop to take out the message and dumb it down for kids to think money and women, aren't important. I completely agree with you, man. I completely agree. They're obviously doing something to the culture and they're obviously doing something to keep people dumbed down. That's a fact, man. I hope we touched on this a little bit. I feel like we went on to religion. We went to politics. We went to Egypt. We went to, we didn't even talk about Diddy really on this one, thankfully, right? Because aren't y'all getting tired of that? I'm like tired of it now, but not really though, because we should talk about it. But I'm almost like, but I feel like we ain't focused or talking about the right things. Like some of y'all had said, I think there's a distraction that's going on and we're slightly distracted. It's distracted and we're talking about the wrong things. But yes, man, I just want to say thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all. We set some records today. 18 likes on this video stream. $5 super chat from my boy RC Productions. Shout you out especially. Yes, last but not least, my boy RC. Thank you for the donation, homie. I really appreciate you. Thank you to all y'all that sent the roses. Hold on. Did I hit that goal? All right. Let me just go back on TikTok real quick because I want to shout out those that sent the roses before I jump up off here. TikTok tried to say, oh, you didn't quite hit your goal. Yeah, I did. I think I hit more than my goal. If you're serious, Jamari, come holler at me. I got a job for you. And by the way, with all those videos with Diddy's bodyguard telling all those stories, hey, if I hire you to come work with us and you start telling all my secrets and what I be doing, I ain't gonna be cool with that. Okay. Thank you, Roy. If you sent that rose, thank you so much. I got to get faster on reading those. And then thank you to, what was another one who sent some stuff? I think Canary Blue. Thank you for the roses if you sent one. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm about to jump up out of here. We hit it, man. Thank y'all, man. 18 likes here. We got some money up on here. And 11,000 likes on TikTok, which is just phenomenal. Yo, man. Y'all, let's stay in touch. Let's follow. I'm going to let you know we're going to do more of these. We getting ready for next year. Yo, man, hip-hop. It's about to be on, dude. Like I said, we know what's real. That's why we talking about rappers from 30 years ago. Because we know that the rappers today are puppets. We are clearly aware of that. It's not about being a hater. It's not about thinking that, oh, you're just a hater because you're old school. No, man. That shit is whack. Okay? Just admit it. This shit is whack. It's whack. Did y'all see the comments for Jack Harlow's performance at the halftime show? And not to reiterate that, but the whole internet trashed his performance from all ages, from kids to old people. Everybody trashed his performance. Everybody enjoyed Dolly Parton's performance more than Jack Harlow's performance. So don't call me a hater because I'm speaking the truth. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, just like I'm entitled to mine. But I want to say, man, we're going to speak the truth here. So all y'all that support the channel, all y'all that follow, all y'all that subscribe, I really thank y'all. With the success of this stream, I think I might have to start doing more of these. You tell me what y'all think. If I should or if I shouldn't. Or if I should just continue to do the videos. I don't know. The shorts are definitely working. But as far as the videos go, I don't know, yo. But I'll just say, though, that, at least at this time, maybe it's the content the subject matter that we're talking about. We're talking about a lot of conspiracies. And I just feel like those types of topics are hard to push to the mainstream, especially on a site like YouTube. I'm thinking about also starting a Rumble. And I'm also thinking about starting a Patreon. So I really also like it if you guys could follow me up on the Patreon. Once we get that set up, I'll probably maybe get that set up by this weekend and have it up by Monday. If you guys can support us on some merch, that would definitely be helpful too. You can go to beatgrade.com. You can buy yourself some beats. We got beats for sale. We always are looking for producers too. So if you guys are producers that got beats out there, go ahead and submit your beats. Go ahead and sign up for free on beatgrade.com. Post your beats up on our website. We'll check you out. And maybe we can put you on the next beat tape that we put out there. Okay? But like, yeah, we got beats for sale. We got hoodies. We got shirts. We got all kinds of merch that's for sale on there. Please, y'all help us to do this, man. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, man, I'm doing this full time now. I ain't going back to a 9 to 5. They ain't gonna make me a slave. I'm doing this right here, yo. I'm doing beatGrade full time. So all y'all that can help me is definitely much appreciative. And we just want to grow this empire, man. We just want to grow this empire, and we want to build, man. And we want to grow, and we want to get bigger. Okay? So just know that, man. Just know that we all here for you. I think they're running a commercial on YouTube right now. So I don't know if y'all are still here with us, if you can hear this, but yeah, man, I hope you guys stay safe, stay up. It's getting weird out there in the streets, but yeah, man, make sure you guys support, and I thank you guys so much for those of you that stayed in tune. You know, we had like 100 people, we had nearly 1,000 people, and then we had 10 people, you know, on all platforms together, and I appreciate all y'all. I just want to say that. Thank you. I might jump on another call later, but I think I'll definitely do one tomorrow. I might start streaming every day. Hey, let me know real quick. Give me a second. Just kicking it. Should I do these streams? Because you've been on, man. You're a real one, homie, and I appreciate you. Let me ask you a question real quick if you hear me. Should I do these streams every day? Or is that too much? Let me know what you think in the comment, man. I want to know. Do you think it would be beneficial for me and the channel to do these streams every day? You think so? Or is that over? That'll be too much. Just do it like maybe every now and then. Because I don't know, man. I'm seeing something could be different here with the streams than with the videos itself. The videos are good too. But I don't know, though, man. With YouTube trying to compete with TikTok, it almost seems like shorts, reels is like where everybody wants to go. So do it. Spread the word. All right. Thank you. Just kicking. I appreciate it. Yeah, you're right. The more consistency, the better, right? All right. I thank y'all for tuning in, and that round of applause was for y'all. You guys have inspired me. You've inspired me, and I want to say thank you. Thank you. You guys inspired me. Okay? So, yeah, man. We're going to continue to keep doing this, and I hope you all have a great rest of your evening or day, wherever you are in the world. Thank you. I'm signing off. Unless anybody has a question, I'm out of here. But I appreciate y'all jumping on this stream and being here with me. Thank y'all.